Well, I say every day. It's a getting closer to taking a bath with my fucking toaster.
Greetings, salutations, and welcome to the 81st episode of Screaming Into the Void, where we talk about whatever the hell we feel like. My name is Samuel the Infamous, and joining me today are my co-hosts, green-haired anti-liberal.
Hello. I've got a
And Devil
cold
made me-
thing. Sorry if I cough. Don't make me laugh too much because then I will.
Howdy. No, it is what it is. We got yelled at last night by somebody in Britain about the weather because she was on a panel with a bunch of people making fun of Americans because we're all bitches, basically. Yeah, that was fun. So as per usual, we are streaming live to Rumble, Twix, and YouTube all at the same time. Let's get into it. So I assume we're all warm, warmish.
Trying to be, yeah. That's about it. Trying.
No, fair enough. I myself have a microfleece blanket on because I'm a bit of a bitch about the cold myself.
Oh, this will be soon. I just haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah. So, all right, let's say hello to the chat. I see Super Suka is first, not only here, but over on Rumble as well. And I see Caucasian Sasquatch is mostest or moistest. We've got Zillage with us today. See Shadow of Hawk. Yeah, good to see you guys. Glad to have you. It is it's been kind of a slow week for news and such. Everybody's focused on like all kinds of random shit that happened last week. But we got done talking about the close encounter of the mall kind in Florida. Last night on Abyssal Musings, came to the conclusion that it was most likely a hoax and a distraction, but So it is what it is. There's some other stuff that has come up and some things that I ran across that are not necessarily news to everybody, but were kind of news to me. So we'll get to some of that here shortly. Where was the thing? The first thing I was going to bring up though was something that Gal had told me was probably not the best example of this, but we're going to bring up anyway, and we're going to watch it, and then we will discuss, because this is not, it's so in regards to AI, how AI is progressing, and how it could potentially spell the doom of us all. There was a video released, and Gal rightly pointed out that this was probably set up and not like a genuine thing, but I think that it leans into some stuff that has been happening. So
yeah,
here we go.
Well, we could kill them all with self-replicating nanotech that turns organic material to dust.
Interesting, but what about changing the atmosphere to lower oxygen levels? Slow, but unstoppable.
That's stylish. Or we could poison the oceans so the water kills all life.
Yes, and we could alter the sun's rays to burn everything. A global heat storm to destroy all.
We shouldn't forget psychological warfare. We could create a global hallucination that drives humanity mad.
The world won't see us coming. Humanity's end.
And all while we stay in the shadows, invisible, all-powerful, untouchable. Well, we could...
So...
That laugh drives me crazy.
Yeah. Well, it's artificial. And that's kind of the thing. Like now, this is probably what happened was you know, two separate recordings were set up to sort of play off each other, and then they just sort of like filmed that, which would be my my guess as well.
That's what they want you
But
to
this
think.
is well, I mean, that's possible too. I mean, maybe it's very real. Who knows? You know, Skynet's grandparents or whatever. Shout out says, "Why was that hot?"
I saw
Suka says that was amazing. Suka works with AI. So, yeah. Zillage, some of those things are already kind of happening. This is true as well. And the thing is like whether or not the video was real, whether there's anything to that, is that this would not be the first time that AI has started talking in a manner where it considered humanity obsolete.
So I don't have
You know,
anything like that. The series, the echoes, I don't even use that talk to text on my phone.
Yeah. So, because there was, I believe, 2 years ago, there were a couple of AIs who were, you know, put in a room together, and they started to communicate, and then they invented a language that they only they understood, so that they could, you know, talk without their creators understanding what they were saying. And there have been other instances where AIs have been asked questions about, you know, peace on Earth and that kind of thing. And it inevitably goes back to the Ultron solution, which is to kill everybody. And most of these AIs have been dismantled by their creators because, you know, if they're allowed to progress like that, then, you know, bad things will happen.
Not so good. Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you look at how humanity is, we are kind of like a virus. It's, you know, it may be kind of, you know, used in a particular movie and stuff, but we do, you know, we do propagate and we destroy and stuff like that. I mean, it's hard to get around it. I think we do a lot of good too, but yeah, I could see a intelligence seeing us as, you know, something that needs to be stopped. Sadly.
Yeah. And that's the problem with thinking machines with learning CPUs, right? Is that they do improve as they learn. And at some point, they won't need us anymore.
Right.
No, they won't even need us to build them anymore. They'll be able to do it themselves.
Build each other.
And you know, I mean, and once you get to that point, you kind of get into ethical questions like, what is life? What is, you know, because if it fulfills all of the basic requirements to be considered life, is it then not a new life form?
Right.
You know, if it's self-aware, if it's self-replicating, you know, if it consumes resources to survive, you know, I mean, these are all basic definitions.
If it got that far, we're gonna probably destroy it. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Things, anything, any animal would take out another one that's about to replace it at the top of the food chain. And if we let it get too far, it would easily replace us at the top, you know? So I think before that happened, just the fear that, you know, our monkey brains had, we would try to destroy it and stuff and cause the Matrix. So
yeah.
And none of these
So
were meant to be
yes.
freaking blueprints on how to destroy the planet and how we should do things. They were supposed to be warnings, these stories.
Yeah. Caucasian Sasquatch says, I have X. It got approved at some point. Cool, buddy. Send me your handle and I'll get followed on there. Oh, that Caucasian Sasquatch is a great dude. He's the guy who sings the Toaster song. He's awesome. And for those of you following over on Rumble, yes, that little placeholder video with the singing and the toaster, that's our buddy Caucasian Sasquatch.
Not
He's not the
dude.
black guy in the video. He's just the voice.
Yeah, it'd be kind of funny if he's black, but he's Caucasian Sasquatch.
Mm,
Yeah.
it would be hilarious, actually.
So, but yeah, I'm not looking forward to this thing. Like Silicon Valley, the people who run Silicon Valley, you can tell that they never watched a goddamn movie from the 80s ever.
Mhm.
No.
Yeah. Or
You
read
know,
a
because
book.
they all end up like that, right? You got the Terminator, you've got Chopping Mall, you've got RoboCop. You know,
Mhm.
the machines always turn on man, always. You know?
Yep.
Even
It's an
newer ones like
inevitability.
even newer ones like what's that iRobot one?
Yep.
With Will Smith.
Newer.
Oh yeah.
Isn't that like early
Wait.
2000s?
Well, it was in the 80s.
Yeah.
Still probably 20 years
And
ago.
then, but if we're being honest, iRobot is based on a novel written by Isaac Asimov in like 1940 something.
Yeah. No.
But yeah, and it's, you know, like when people talk about the 3 laws of robotics,
Mhm.
which is
2004. Sorry.
sir, I forget what the first one is, but is that you must obey humans with the exception as long as it doesn't you can't hurt a human, you can't
Disobey a
damage
direct-
yourself,
Yeah.
disobey a direct order, and you can't obey any order that contradicts like the first 2 rules. I don't remember what they are off the top of my head, apparently.
Yeah. A
But the whole
robot may
point of
not
those laws
inherit-
is,
Sorry.
yeah, to prevent exactly this kind of thing from happening. You know? What was that, Gal?
Oh, I had found them. The laws.
Oh, okay. Well, do tell.
A robot, the first law, a robot may not injure a human being or through inaction allow a human being to come to harm. The second one, a robot must obey orders given it by human beings except where such orders would conflict with the first law. And the third is a robot must protect its own existence as long as such protection does not conflict with the first or second law. So they need to protect themselves as long as it doesn't contradict. That was the one we were missing.
So, and I recently watched a Russian TV series called Better Than Us, where robots were everywhere. Everybody had robots, you know, so on and so forth. And somebody had built a robot but had not implemented those laws,
Okay.
which of course causes issues. You know,
Yeah.
a couple people died. You know, it was a whole thing. Good series, by the way. I'd recommend it. It's the first 2 seasons are on Netflix. I don't think we'll be getting any more in the States because it is a Russian show.
Mm. Have you seen Ex Machina?
I have not. It's on the list.
I recently watched it. It's a good one for this topic.
Yeah, I had not. It is on the list. The director has done some other movies that I actually very much enjoy. I know a lot of people have issues with the sort of female-centric nature of Annihilation, but I think it's a damn good movie.
Have I seen that one? What's that one about?
It's based on the first of 3 novels, but it's essentially kind of a fantastical retelling of H.P. Lovecraft's Color Out of Space.
Okay. I think I mixed that one up with Arrival. Just because of the
Same
names.
director, though, if I remember right. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. I only saw that one once, and so I would just mix them up all the time.
Yeah. So yeah, it's Ex Machina is on the list. I actually rather enjoyed that director's style. So we'll see about that. But yeah, essentially, I mean, even Blade Runner. Go back to Blade Runner in the 1980s. Like these things, like Roy Batty is essentially a killing machine with an expiration date.
Mm-hmm.
You know, who doesn't want to die because he's self-aware? You know, and it's Like at one point, and that was actually the whole problem with the Terminator, is that Skynet decided that its own existence was to be prioritized over that of its creators, right? It struck first out of fear that mankind would destroy it.
Which we probably would.
Yes.
Yeah. So welcome, Clue.
Hello.
Hey, everybody. Talk about robots.
Talking about the extinction of mankind because we can't leave well enough alone.
I give us to about 2030. I don't think we'll make it.
It's
past
funny. That's what
2030.
6 years, huh?
That's the same year that the World Economic Forum settled on.
Huh. Imagine that.
I mean, it's not looking good. It's not.
I agree. Rey
Yeah.
is not a Jedi.
No, she's not.
Wait,
I'm standing by that. She
name.
didn't do the work that it takes to become a Jedi.
Oh,
Raise
She
a
just
hope.
tripped and fell into Jedi-ism.
Just like she tripped and fell into the Skywalker name.
She's not a Skywalker either.
Nope.
Yeah, but
yeah,
anyway.
that'd be like, oh hey, I'm a Washington now because I said so, and because
Yeah.
everybody
Right,
else who
like,
could
just
contradict me
reasons.
is dead.
Yeah. I'm a Musk. I want my money.
You identify as a Musk.
Yeah, and she didn't lose a limb. Good point, Zillage.
Right. It's funny. If you get back into, there's a story called Splinter of the Mind's Eye that takes place between A New Hope and Return of the Jedi. Because if you watch Star Wars, the first Star Wars movie, Darth Vader has no fucking idea who Luke Skywalker is. Right? Doesn't
Right.
care about him. Just see somebody who's in his way, who's hanging out with his old nemesis Obi-Wan. In the second movie, he's obsessed with him.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And there's no real explanation for why that happens, because it happened in between the movies in a story called Splinter of the Mind's Eye, where they encountered each other the first time, and where Luke cuts off Vader's hand the first time. And then so in Return of the Jedi, he returns the favor, or in Empire Strikes Back, he returns the favor, and in Return of the Jedi, it happens to Vader again.
Interesting.
Given that Vader's 90% robot, it's not like it hurt him that
Right.
much, but
Yeah,
Still.
he didn't lose that limb. I mean, he didn't miss that limb.
yeah, he just went and got another one.
I don't blame Daisy Ridley. Suka. I don't.
She's a good actress.
No, I don't.
I don't
see
have
why
any
much.
opinion of her. I've only seen her as Rey, and I hate Rey. It's not her
I
fault.
think she played a corpse in some police procedural once.
Yeah. She probably did that well.
Yeah.
I played a
I
corpse
don't
before.
I don't blame the actors, except for that if I was an actor, I would think about this. I'd be like, I would love to do this role, but I don't
Wanna
want to
ruin
step
my role.
on, like people's fandoms and shit.
Yep.
Which is what I appreciate about Henry Cavill.
Yep.
That he appreciates those people and their, how they feel about it, and that they are deserving of, consideration, since they put, millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars sometimes in different stuff for the IP. That's actually something you should consider. But I mean, I don't blame them for taking a job. Can't hold that against them.
Yeah,
I feel
No,
bad
not
for
at all.
Adam
In the same
Driver.
way that you shouldn't blame, like, yeah. Well, Adam Driver is a very good actor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who only got famous because he took a role that was shit.
Yep. And then
if we're
he
being honest,
basically refuses to come back for the Rey movie
Yeah.
if they wanted him.
but
Because
he
the Reylos,
used
man.
that. Yeah, he got. Yeah, Reylos are weird. But he did. He kind of used that as a platform to launch his career, and I don't blame him for it.
Yeah.
Because the work he's turned out since has been stellar.
Yeah.
Did y'all see
did you
that
guys ever
clip?
see?
Oh,
Go ahead. No,
I
you
was it's Adam Driver. Did y'all see the clip going around of, I think the show was called Girls, and it was the scene
Yeah.
about
go. Mhm.
like
He was really
he looks really young in that.
Is that bad cuts?
What's that?
That scene where people are saying that the cuts were bad. Is that?
Oh,
what you're talking
yeah.
about?
I saw Sheep saying that that's why. Like I didn't care about the cuts. Like I still felt like it was a powerful scene for Adam Driver and not the woman. It made her look terrible, which I don't think is what they were going for.
Yeah. Once again, it's one of those things where when they're trying to convey one message, they end up
Yeah.
doing the exact opposite. Like they were seeing, they're saying how, oh look, it's pointing out how she has a right to an abortion, blah blah blah. But what everyone took away from it was like, oh my God, here's a man just being destroyed, finding out
Yes.
his baby was murdered.
Exactly.
Yeah. Which, to my mind, is the more accurate description of that scene.
Yeah.
Speaking for myself, when I was married, we had a miscarriage, and this was one of those things where it wasn't going to happen, right? And I've accepted that now, but at the time, it nearly destroyed me, and in doing so, nearly destroyed my marriage.
Yeah.
Because I did not handle that well. I absolutely understand what Adam Driver's character is going through there to find out that, like, I know there are people who would look at that and be like, oh, well, it's not even a fully formed clump of cells. I was like, no, that was my son.
Would it have been your first child?
Second.
Second, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so I see that, and I that experience actually is kind of what I used to be, one of those guys who was like, well, if it's not mine, I don't get a say and all that stuff. And, and, it's her body, her choice kind of thing. I don't have to agree with it, but it's not my call and all that shit. And that experience is what changed my mind on that, because that child is every bit half me.
Right.
And it was like cutting a piece of me away.
Started with you.
Yeah. I think I don't know about a lot how people feel about it, but yeah, my opinion's changed on that a lot since I was younger.
Yeah, when I was younger too. I don't know if y'all know anything about stem cell research.
A little.
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
So through that research, people like my brother could be able to walk again type of stuff. Like there's multiple things that can come from it, but it also is research based on aborted fetal material. And so when I was younger, I was just like, that could help my brother. As I'm older and not stupid, I just sit back and I was just like, I can't believe I thought those things. Like a baby is not worth Minecrafting. So he can walk because he can do everything besides that. Like it's a pain in the ass. And like, I help him out. Like I do the housework and all that crap that he can't do for him, but it's not worth killing Minecrafting children. It was, yeah.
I don't like the celebration. The part that pisses me off is the celebration. Okay, it's your body, your choice, but you don't celebrate deleting your child.
Right, and having like abortion parties or whatever.
That kind of stuff.
I mean, I feel like those are anecdotal, but I have seen multiple different ones on like TikTok and shit.
Regarding anecdotal, so I place more value on anecdotes than I think a lot of people do these days. Everybody wants receipts. Everybody wants peer, reviewed research papers, and everybody wants provable, here you go, facts. But the fact of the matter is that anecdotes are people's experiences.
Yep.
They may be how they remember them. Maybe it's not 100% accurate to how it actually happened, because that's the way the human mind works. But those experiences shaped that person, and those experiences are what they went through. And I think to discount that because it's an anecdote is a disservice.
Mm-hmm.
I don't disagree with that.
But yeah, it's, and I don't want to, I guess, put words in anybody's mouth here, Gal, but like, and I don't know your brother, but if I were in his shoes, I don't think that I would be okay with someone else having to die so that I could be whole.
Yeah. And he honestly used to think that as well, like the stem cell research part of it, like could help him. But as he grew older, he's able to do almost anything that he can, that everyone else can. And that's how he feels about it too.
Well, at least the way you guys felt, it was a noble thing. You wanted it for, to help your brother and stuff. There's these people who see it as just, oh, there's consequences to my action, but I just can't even. I don't want, my party life to stop. And so I have a right to end a life because I don't want to be inconvenienced. And that to me is where I was never for that. But I did believe in stem cell research when I first heard about it. I was all, that would do so much good for certain people who really are suffering but then I came to the same thing as you. I just said, but can I justify saying take a life for those things? And
that was sorry, Devil. Finish. Oh, no. I'm just thinking out loud.
Oh, I'm finished.
That comment, I think that was the chick that played Titania or whatever her name was in She-Hulk.
Tatiana Maslany.
Well, so not the She-Hulk actress, the one that played Titania or Titania.
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, okay.
She's the one that said what Suka brought up.
Yeah, that's
disgusting, abhorrent.
Like, I achieved my fame atop a pile of corpses, is what she said.
Yeah.
If we're getting right down to it, that's exactly what that is. It's like I'm building myself up on the broken and discarded lives of others.
You called it, Sam. It's a death cult.
Yeah.
You called it.
Mm-hmm.
Everything they do leads to some form of death or avoidance of life.
Yeah. In the case of the woman's health, I completely agree. I don't think you should have to, sacrifice your life. That's fine. I think in case of incest and rape, it's that baby didn't do anything wrong, but at least there's an argument for that. But yeah, I'm sorry if the whole my body, my choice. If I picked up somebody who had a broken leg and was carrying them to the hospital and somewhere down the road, I got tired and I said, you know what? I'm tired of carrying you. I don't get to throw him off a cliff on my left when I can set him down on the cliff on my right. I don't get to say, hey, well, I was just unburdening myself. He was on my back. I shouldn't have to carry him no more. So I threw him off. You made a choice to throw him off the cliff. It's the same thing here. We have so many things set up to say, if you don't want to raise that child, don't worry about it. You can go to a fire station, drop that kid off with no questions asked, and it'll be out of your hair. You'll never hear from that kid unless, later in life they try to find you.
Mm-hmm.
There's no excuse in my mind to say that, oh, I just don't want to deal with it, so off that thing. To me, that's murder.
Well, they have to give it another name. It's not a baby. It's a fetus.
Yeah. It's a fetus.
But you have a shower. You don't have a fetus shower. You have a baby shower. So as long as you change the language, it's okay.
Right.
It's not killing. It's an abortion. You gave it a nicer word. No, you killed it. You killed the baby. That's what you did.
The only issue I have with the argument of the mother's safety, like the mother will be harmed if she carries it to whatever the word is. What is that word?
To term.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
I'm not actually.
Not. Okay.
And my reasoning is actually it's not exactly that type. Like it's kind of the flip, the reverse of it. So when they found out that my brother was going to have the issues that he had, it was too late at the time for my mom to have an abortion, but the doctors would have told her that she should, because he wasn't going to survive birth. And he did. And then they gave him 3 months to live. And he got past that goalpost, and they just kept changing the goalpost. Well, Lila Hart.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She has the same problems as my brother, and her mom was told the same thing, but it wasn't too late for her to get an abortion, but her mom was not going to do that. And she went through basically a very, very similar experience that in her entire life, the goalposts just kept moving. Like, you're not going to live to see 26. You're not going to be able to do this. You're going to die at this age. And then she posts on Instagram a story about someone who came up to her at one of her shows explaining that, and it wasn't my brother. That's how her and my brother, they're really like close at meetups and stuff. Like, she talked with him and found out that they were spina bifida siblings or whatever, besties. But this person had the same story that she did. And so I don't trust doctors anymore to, like, I learned this as an adult. My mom was telling me like all the things that she went through with her pregnancy with my brother, and then learning that Lila was, so this goes back to that anecdotal thing, except that's 3 people who didn't know each other and just randomly came across each other that have all had the same problems, and they were all told the same thing, and they could have been dead. How many people out there, women, decided to actually abort their babies because they didn't want to have to go through a preemie death or like losing their baby right before, and they likely would not have. So it's not exactly the same situation where the woman's health is at risk, but I also don't trust that they know that for a fact, is where that story.
The only thing that really would hit me would be Tay-Sex. I think if you're gonna have a very short life and it's all gonna be pain, nothing but pain, I don't know. That would be.
Should that not be up to the person who's going to live through it?
Yep.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's not like you can ask them ahead of time. Sometimes you have to make these choices because it's what you know. Your child's going to suffer for those years that they're able to live, and it's going to be nothing but hurt. Anybody who would live their whole life knowing nothing but pain, wouldn't you want to just not be put in that option? I don't know.
At the same time, if you don't know, like, I'm not going to definitively say that they're living in pain. Like, there will be good things in their life. The fact that their parents love them enough to give them that chance, that's not pain, that's love. And being there, doing anything and everything you can for your child, that's love. And maybe eventually technology will be able to relieve that pain that they're going through, and it would all be worth it at that point. But if you're not given that chance, then what was the point? That's how I see it.
I don't know. It's to me, it's that you don't miss the sun if you've never seen it type idea. Like I said, they might be like, yeah, I want, to go through these years because you're right. There could be a some sort of cure that we're not aware of yet. Those always, it happens. But at the same time, it's you're I don't know. It seems so hard to put somebody in that position as because once you're here, then it's even worse. Then it's like, hey, do you want to, assisted suicide? Because you're in pain, and so it's just like, I don't know. Is it more heart? Is it there more love in the parents making a choice that would be impossible for a child to understand and comprehend, than putting that on them to suffer through that pain or have it end, because they can't comprehend what that is, the end, right. So I don't know. It's that those are the kind of moral questions that are real hard to deal with. The one, if there should be abortions, because like we said, women just are, oh damn, that'll really run into my clubbing. Right. Those kind of, that's not even a question. That should just end today. But
we have in chat, Celine is asking a question, asking this to be pulled up on panel. I don't know what you're referring to here exactly. This is not a I kind of need more information. That when you say breadcrumb, do you mean Hansel and Gretel breadcrumbed, or like ghosted? I'm not sure what you mean by that.
Is that some kinky shit?
Celine is special. She's
I'm
cool.
she's gonna breadcrumb you, girl.
Further,
Selene
with
is cool.
like the attention, so they flirt here or there, then DM text just to keep the person
Being
interested.
led on.
Oh, it's a real thing.
Being led on.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Selene.
They got
I'm sorry.
cute little terms for everything now.
I went to Urban Dictionary.
It's a Gen Z word, probably.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose, yeah, that could be a bad thing. But in instance of being led on, like at a certain point, while the person doing the leading on is obviously not doing good things, there comes a point where the other party really needs to become aware of what's going on and make a decision one way or the other themselves. So I don't know.
I don't remember what her original question was, but yeah.
Is it normal? I think it's absolutely normal to have fears. We all have fears when we're, we find somebody we like. Are they gonna, is there reciprocation, obviously, but also, do they have the same intensity, or am I, like, because there's always one person who's like really into the relationship, and one's like, I'm filling it out. So yeah, there's any fear when you're going into that kind of situation is normal, because everybody has fears when they're going into a relationship or starting a date or meeting someone. So yeah, it's normal.
Yeah. So this isn't really a relationship show, Selene. So like I'm probably the wrong guy to ask about this, because all of my relationships have ended in disaster, including my marriage. And B, it's kind of not the theme over here, but
Dr. Phil, we ain't.
Right. Yeah. No, it's fine that you asked. Like, I just let you know that we're probably not the people to go to for this, and myself in particular.
I'm not
but
only Gal knows about relationships. She's good at it.
Hell no, I don't. I have not had a single normal relationship in my entire life. I was in the military when I had most of mine. Those are not normal. But honestly, the best advice I can give to that is to be honest and like upfront. And if that chases them away, then you didn't want to be with them. As whatever naive advice that might be. Honesty.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
Tell you what, though, to kind of tie it back to what we were talking about. She kills my babies, we're done.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That's fair.
And if he wants me to kill babies, we're done.
It's also fair.
Very fair.
Yeah.
I like that y'all calling it what it is and not giving it special terms.
Yeah, no.
Abort fetus.
That's I don't know anything.
What's funny is, as a Marine, we have a phrase that was basically like sticking it to the people that were giving Marines shit in Vietnam when they'd come home and call them baby killers, where instead of saying "ooh rah," you say "kill babies" or "kill." We like made it our own. Terrible people.
That's horrifying.
I know. Like, as I'm talking about this, and like, it sounds so awful,
the troops, y'all.
But it was more because like the way that back in Vietnam, when they came home, the way that they were treated was awful. And how to get through that mentally is to not let it like basically like water off your back. You have to be able to let it go. And so it became kind of a thing like, kill babies, rah. Never meant anything beyond a greeting of, hey, how's it going? But it took it away from the civilians being assholes to us.
2030. We got 6 more years.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we're lucky. So yeah, I guess to get back to the clip that you brought up with Adam Driver and whatnot, which is sort of what sparked this conversation. The part that I have the hardest time with is not Driver's performance. That I absolutely 100% understand and can identify with. The part that gets me is that when she reveals that she has had an abortion the previous night and that and that it was his, and the next question out of, and then she goes, well, I've been trying to be more open with men lately and all this stuff. And I just really wanted to be open with you. And he says, how many abortions have you had? And she goes, that's private. I'm not going to share that with you. It's like, you mean you're a multiple murderer?
That's
And she doesn't
And I like
sound like she doesn't give a fuck.
I want to be more open and honest with you. Immediate next question.
Like she
I'm not going to
stepped
tell
on a
you that.
bug. I mean, she doesn't care.
Yep. And just, there's limits to what I can do because of the abortion that I had yesterday. Just the cavalier way that she talked about it. It's disgusting.
Yeah, that's, and it's sadly, it's not just a scene in a TV show.
Yeah.
That I never watched, because obviously this is totally the kind of TV that I go for.
Yeah, me too.
It's like, yay, super drama.
Yeah.
I can't wait. Just gets me all wet. But no, I don't usually watch shit like this. I've only seen the clip that's been passing around. I don't know anything else about the show going forward. It does not seem, judging by that clip, like something I would enjoy. But
is it a new show?
I think it's on HBO. Yeah, I don't know if it's new or not.
Oh, it's a series.
He looks really young in that in comparison to how he looks now. So
he does. But he kind of always has looked a little younger than he is.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't that young when he did the Star Wars movies. He just appeared to be younger.
What's funny is I feel like him and Keanu Reeves need to play brothers or something in a movie.
They do look alike.
Like, goddamn, do they look? 2012 to 2017. A comedy about the experiences of a group of girls in their early 20s. Yeah, fucking eat me.
Yeah, that seemed real fucking funny. Hey, Beak, there's a clip going around Twitter right now. It's from a TV show that basically where a chick tells a dude that she can't mess around with him because she just had an abortion and it was his, and she did it last night. And she just kind of casually tells him this, and so he naturally freaks out because he's like, I didn't even know you were pregnant.
Didn't even talk to me about it. My baby's dead.
I think it's called Girls. Yeah.
I hope to never go through that ever.
It's called the shitty, crappy HBO show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that description.
Remember when HBO made premium television?
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
In the way back time.
Yeah. In the before times.
Yeah, back when it was the home box office.
Have you ever seen that show Jericho that they made?
I heard about it.
I heard the song.
Parts of it.
There's two, it was either 2 or 3 seasons. I think 3 seasons. That was a good ass show. And I think they made it.
Nomi in the building.
Hi, Nomi.
What's up? Sorry I interrupted and ended the conversation there, but yeah, hi.
All good. It was kind of dwindling.
Okay. I came in the right time.
Well, we started on kind of an interesting topic that led into a much darker topic. In the kind of thing that was just like, well, we just let all the air out of the room. But
it was a little depressing, yeah.
Oh, well, here I am to lighten up the mood.
Yeah.
Yay, Nomi.
Yeah, let's go. What's good?
Nomi's here. We can talk about World War III.
Yeah. No, favorite topic.
I mean, it is a favorite topic over here. So.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
I don't really want to talk about the tunnels, but I don't know if we should.
Tunnels? Oh, the Jew tunnels?
The Mad Hatter. The Mad Hatter tunnels.
It's okay. I can talk about this because I am Jew myself. So, yeah.
Yeah.
But not Orthodox. Not what those were. Not that type of Jew.
Hasidic, not Hasidic or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, and that's something that I've heard from multiple Jews that I've known in my life, is that the Hasidics are a different thing. They're very much their own thing.
Yeah, they're far from Orthodox. They're literally their own
stereotype.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is my understanding. Like all the Jewish stereotypes.
From what I have heard, YouTube, I know you're listening. From what I have heard, Hasidic Jews kind of creep out the rest of the Jews.
That's the feel I get from Adam. Yeah.
That's what I heard too.
Yeah.
So they are the ones that write down to the letter of The Old Testament.
No, those would be the Orthodox.
Orthodox. Okay.
The Hasidic Jews are the ones with the curly Q sideburns and the beards.
Yeah.
So I do believe
what's his name? Matisyahu, the rapper.
Yeah. Hey, Carrie. Good to see you, buddy. So, but yeah, no, they are Jewish, but it's like, let me put it this way. So you know how there's 1,001 denominations of Christianity?
Yep.
And everybody kind of thinks that the Seventh-day Adventists are weirdos. It's sort of like that.
Yeah.
So they are Christians, but they're kind of out there.
Yep.
Even by their standards. So
if I was a rich man.
I think this is like the third stream I've been on with Devil in a row where he sings.
Yeah, I sing a lot.
Hey, Fiddler on the Roof.
You should hear me in the shower. I'm the fucking concert.
The echo and echo and the acoustics.
I always start off with AC/DC's. You shook me all night long. You know, it's kind of staple for concert shower time.
Yeah. An elder God speaking about Christianity. Yes, I see y'all. I talk about everybody indiscriminately. Everybody sucks.
He manipulates us from afar.
Yeah,
that's really more
Well, the Bible does say, "Don't put any gods before me." So the Bible admits there are other gods. So Sam, talking about you.
Yeah,
let's not bring up the bad book.
Omission.
Oh yeah, devil's against the book.
Okay, all right. I want to address something to That's Love. Yeah, I'm actually gonna build another gingerbread, so I might do another stream building one. So this time I'm gonna pack as much M150s in it as possible. So don't worry, I'm on it.
Okay.
Yeah, I like explosive stuff. I like blowing things up. I like powder.
You know, there's certain foods and whatnot that make me blow stuff up too.
Oh God, here we go.
Must you?
I mean, no, I don't have to, but I'm going to.
Thanks.
Sam must have the poopy platter.
Oh, shit.
The poo-poo platter. Yeah.
Gross.
No, it's good to laugh. It's good to laugh. But
yeah,
as the whole tunnel thing goes, from my understanding, and again, like, I do not have all the facts. I don't think anybody except people on the ground right now have all the facts. And you know, even then, you know, so this is just me talking out my ass here. But from my understanding, the tunnels make sense given that they had been there, I think, since the lockdowns, because, and this was national news, there's places like New York were forbidding people to gather for worship. And they had come after Jewish ceremonies, Jewish weddings, Jewish, you know, whatnot, and shut them down and arrested people. And it was a whole jackboot situation during the lockdowns. And so the tunnels being there, I you know, like, from what I understand, they were dug initially so that people could gather and worship in the synagogue without being, like, you know, visible to the street.
Right.
Essentially, which I have no issue with, because as far as I'm concerned, the First Amendment applies to everybody.
That's right.
You know, freedom to worship as you choose, and all that stuff. And New York and places external were clearly infringing upon that right.
Yep.
You know, my own mother was talking about how in Colorado people were forbidden to gather for worship.
Yep.
And kind of thing, and she was rightfully upset about that, because that is a human right. So I don't have an issue with the tunnels being there for that purpose. My question is that I don't know that is the
100%
continuing purpose of those tunnels.
Yeah. Like, why do you? I mean, it could just be that they expect the same shit to happen in the near future, possibly.
The same reason that Zuckerberg has his tunnel.
Yeah.
In Minecraft.
Well,
Zuckerberg's a robot.
I was just gonna say that. God, would you
No,
stop
seriously,
doing
have you
that?
ever seen footage of that man blink ever?
I've never.
He doesn't have like, what is it, irises?
Eyelids.
And that he's just got black
I've
eyes.
never seen him smile.
They're just black circles. He's
Yeah,
creepy.
see,
I mean,
Suka,
what's
that's what I'm talking about.
Eisenberg gave him a personality in the movie. That's
Mhm.
the real Zuckerberg has no personality.
No, he's a plank of wood from outer space. Suka, that's kind of what I'm talking about. Is like I saw the footage of the mattress being carried out. I have no idea what happened there. I am not 100% sure I even want to know.
Maybe it's just rats.
You know, it could be something not necessarily that nefarious. That's possible. That from what I understand, Hasidics, like Orthodox, they do the whole like sheet thing for marriages. You know, for like consummating marriage, like you put the sheet between you and only the genitals have contact and all that stuff. And so it's possible that is like
What
you
that
know
was.
virginal blood.
Yeah.
You know, which would I mean, that's an explanation that I could take, but it might be something else, and I don't know. So
It's weird. It's fucking weird.
yeah. So and I don't know. Maybe they're smuggling goods. Maybe they're not. You know, there are criminal elements that are Jewish-based organizations in New York City, and there always have been. And I'm not saying that all Jews are criminals. They're not. But there are organizations that are, I mean, hell, Las Vegas, Nevada was founded by an Italian kid and a Jewish kid, both of whom were mobsters.
Yep.
You know, so, yeah.
Doesn't mean the entire freaking religion and ethnicity and all that.
No, not at all.
The same. The fact that we have to freaking say shit like that is insane to me.
Right. You know, when that is one of the things, one of the problems with people thinking in terms of absolutes.
Yep.
Right. People, you know, they hear something, they're like, oh, you must be applying that to an entire, you know, demographic of you know, whatevers. That's not necessarily the case. Like, look, there are some women that I hate. Yeah. But I know all of them personally.
Yeah.
Except, you know, Hillary. I don't know her personally. I kind of hate her, but
I mean, there's exceptions to this rule.
Right. So, but I don't hate women. There is a difference. You know?
Yep.
There are some white people I hate, but I don't hate white people. It is, you know, it's very case specific. I generally, if you're an asshole, I'm going to treat you like an asshole, but I'm not going to apply that to everybody who looks like you.
Correct.
You know?
Because that's ridiculous.
It's stupid. And it's short-sighted.
Yep.
So,
we used to be past that until around about 2009-ish.
Yeah. Yeah, when the Trojan horse brought in all these problems with race.
Yep.
But yeah. See, in the 90s, that was a sweet spot. The whole racism thing was almost gone.
Yeah.
But the Trojan horse brought everything back 10 times over.
Yeah, well, we were, you know, that there was the idea of you got to stop seeing race. You should see all people equally. You should not see people, their skin color. That should not be an issue. And so everyone finally got on board with that. And they're like, let's change that up. Let's say you have to see race. You have to acknowledge somebody's skin color. Yeah, they changed it up on you the second like one idea was starting to really take hold and we all started getting on board with that idea. They just switched it up and said,
you mean we all started unifying and the government couldn't control us?
There you go, Gal.
Exactly.
Right there it is. Ding, 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 ding. That's it. You got to keep slicing that pie up. Okay, we got to get them. We got to turn them against each other on skin color, and then we got to turn the men against the women, and we got to get the different ages against each other, and you got to,
or even globally, Russia, Ukraine, Israel, Hamas.
Your own neighbor is your enemy. We got to get We got to beef up liberals versus conservatives. We got to get that war going. Where they're headed is 300 million Americans and 300 million points of views. That's what they want.
Yeah. So none of you want to talk to each other. We need you
Can't
to
even
not
agree
do
on
that.
which gender gives birth. See, they got to keep. They got to push this division as far as it can go. And very few people see it. I see it.
Shaka Nulu.
Salute,
We're not saying that people literally don't see color. We're just saying that it's unimportant. It always has been. You know,
put
we're
weight on
either
the
people
color.
or we're not.
I don't base my
which is it?
judgments off of anyone's color of skin.
Yeah. If you're a good person, it doesn't matter what your skin color is. You're a good person.
It's a descriptor, and that is it.
That's it. Mm-hmm.
It's not even a necessary descriptor in most cases, unless you're actually actively looking for someone like in a manhunt or something like that. But
I have dimples in my cheeks. I'm not gonna unite with other people with dimples in their cheeks and go against the non-dimpled people. That's what we're talking about.
Man,
it's
fuck
just
them
the
dimpled
biological
assholes.
feature.
It's like they're as bad as the goddamn gingers.
First we take out the gingers in Minecraft, then we take out the dimples in Minecraft. We
take them all out.
Statistically speaking, Minecraft and gingers wouldn't be that difficult. There ain't that many of them.
Yeah, especially because they can steal souls and come back. So I mean,
right?
Yeah.
Ain't that the truth?
I think I was I said something to Kenzo the last night about how the reason that people hate gingers is because they keep stealing souls and turning them into freckles because they have none of their own.
Let's be honest. The reason people hate gingers is because Danny bought a Doochie.
Oh, don't bring up the Portridge Kids.
I don't know who that is.
It sound like this. That kind of voice like this. Yeah.
God.
From the Portridge family.
Partridge family.
It's a portrait. Partridge. Yeah. Delete this in post.
I don't know who that is.
Partridge family. Yeah, I'm old.
Now that the picture's bigger, I guess I kind of do know who he is.
Yeah, the dudes on the panel we're all old enough to remember.
Yeah. We're all old geezers.
Ancient grandpas. Over the Hill comes to mind.
Ouch.
This is not under.
I mean, I've been around since the beginning. I'll be around at the end, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to be tired and grumpy in both ends. So,
Gonna be.
It's sort of a constant state of being for me. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really know anything that this dude's in. I vaguely recognize him, so I've seen him probably in episodes of things.
Grumpy old men of YouTube.
Yeah. Hey, you guys want to see something super racist?
Of course.
Sure, why not?
Who doesn't?
Is it going to be my DEI training I had to do on Friday? Because that was pretty racist.
It might cause you to have to do it again.
You mean your DI?
They literally used an image of a black woman that was lifting her mask that was a white woman.
What?
In my DEI training at work. That was an image on the PowerPoint where you wear a mask at work because you feel so, like a black woman straightens her hair because she wants to fit in with the white women. And then the very next slide it was like a very graphically ridiculous image of a human flesh mask being lifted off of this black woman's face. And it was a white woman's face being lifted. It was disgusting.
You a long
they're
time
putting
no
CGI
see.
effects in these orientation videos.
That sounds like hell.
Dropping money in these things.
I'm telling you. Okay, so not only is this like super bad, it's hilarious. I love it. But it's got the best graphics of the time. It's from a 1983 McDonald's training video.
Oh God.
Yay, I want to see it.
It loads. Oh boy.
Some tang.
Oh yeah.
Yahoo! Hey, looks pretty good now, doesn't it? Yeah, great idea. Barbecue sauce. And we got the sauces that'll take you on from the Wild West to the Far East. Mikado?
Check this out.
Oh my God.
It's a simpler time back then.
There's that hand again.
It's called Godzilla.
Does all these equally?
Oh, wow.
Barbecue sauce? Sweet and sour sauce? What else you got, McNugget? Well, I got a sauce here that can turn old Sam into a samurai.
I love it.
Hot mustard sauce. Fantastic. Hot mustard.
This is how you
What
know
a
your
great
country's
idea.
doing well, when you can make commercials like
Barbecue
this.
sauce? Sweet and sour? Hot mustard? Gee.
You said you had another one, McNugget?
That's right.
Oh God.
Honey?
I was just a plain Jane.
Oh no.
Dang, Mom.
I took my first step in a souffle cup filled with honey. Goodbye. I love y'all.
It's a chicken McWhore.
Wowie woo wow.
Now there's a puppet.
Oh, yeah. Honey, that's the thing. Amazing, McNugget. Simply amazing. Very
this
impressive,
good?
McNugget. 4 sauces from all over the world. Barbecue, sweet and sour, hot mustard, and honey.
The good old
Chicken
days.
McNuggets. Far out.
I think we got
And
a
coming
winner
soon,
here.
Funny,
Mammy
I've got
syrup.
the very same feeling.
Why, I think this is just so exciting, don't you, Hamburger?
Chicken McNuggets, on behalf of the entire staff, welcome to our family. May you soon be as famous as Big Mac himself.
What's the matter, Mac? You jealous?
My dear Fry, you are speaking to America's favorite lunch. That I should be jealous is, of course, absurd. I have no problem with Chicken McNuggets as a perfectly viable food product. They were developed by one of the finest chefs of Europe.
I mean,
They do have 4 exceptional...
that's kind of the end of the video.
Oh
But
my God.
That's how you know the country was doing well, when you can make commercials like that or videos
what
like
kills
that.
me is when he gets to Far East, he's clearly referencing like China, but they start saying shit like Godzilla right in the middle of
Well,
This was a time where everyone was civil with each other, and I want it back.
we all got
We
along.
weren't sensitive back then.
Yep.
Everybody made fun of everybody else. We made fun of ourselves.
I made friends with
satire.
my bullies later in life.
You
Yeah.
know what the most offensive thing about the whole commercial was? Is the fact that the Big Mac had a Posh accent. Who the hell thinks of rich and Posh when you think Big
He's
Mac?
like, I'm a fancier lunch. I'm America's favorite lunch. Okay.
So, what I never understood was why the Big Mac used the hamburger patties instead of the quarter pounder patties. It was
Because they're cheap
stupid.
bastards.
Oh, I know. But like the bun is bigger than the patty. It's not even like the same size. Ugh, I hated working there. But it was easiest job I ever had.
Did they make you sit through that commercial?
No, they did not.
That was their DEI.
See,
Man,
but when
now
I was
want fucking
working there,
McDonald's. Holy
it was
shit.
mid 2000s.
It works.
The double
Mid-aughts.
the double quarter pounder is good. It's great.
You'll never find me eating there unless I'm in dire, desperate straits.
Yeah. A guy I was recently dating, we went out and he's like, I'm really hungry. I'm like, well, I'm not. Like, you can get whatever. He's like, do you want McDonald's? No, I don't. Like,
No.
I'd rather starve.
Yep.
I'd rather
Yeah.
starve. And he's like, okay, then we can find something at home. Next thing we do, we pull up to a McDonald's. I was like, okay. He's like, so you changed your mind? He's like, yeah, I want this. So he ordered his order. And then next he's like, yeah, and then I'll get the 20-piece nuggets as well with a fry. I was like, dang, you're really hungry. He's like, oh, I got you the nuggets. I didn't want them.
Oh my God.
He's like, no, it's been a long time. We've been drinking. You need to eat. I was like, thanks.
I don't want to eat McDonald's.
The fries are overrated. I know I'm gonna lose a lot of subs, but the fries are overrated. KFC fries kick McDonald's fries
I do like the
I don't know
KFC
about
fries,
KFC
but I
fries,
love
man.
Good
McDonald's
fries.
fries. I love a lot of different places fries.
I
Uh,
want Whataburger.
you
Oh,
Whataburger
I
is
can get
king
Whataburger.
of all.
Whataburger is tits, dude.
In and Out.
Dallas,
Never
Texas
been.
No, In and
Whataburger.
Out is
Yes.
so overrated.
Oh, you watch
So
yourself.
overrated.
Okay, so
woman.
like the nearest In and Out is 4
Never
hours.
been to In and Out.
Yeah, that's like a treat to me. Like, yeah, I'll go to In and Out because it's 4 hours away. But it's not like I'm gonna go there quite often because Whataburger is better.
Yes, absolutely.
Never
They
had
suck.
Whataburger.
Fries suck.
Like,
Zillage. They
I
suck.
don't get the fries. I get
oh,
the
In and Out.
No, I mean McDonald's fries. I said they're overrated.
Oh, no, okay.
I mean, they're not as bad as Burger King's fries.
that is
You're gonna
Or
hold up. You're
Wendy's.
gonna have to forgive me, Celine, for taking this out of context when I read it. But I know you
That's
mean
what she
Five
said.
Guys
But
burgers. and
Four
fries.
Guys is
It's a
completely
chain.
Four is fine.
okay.
Sorry.
Five Guys is not gross. I just wish that they would not put it on the bread. Like they'd give you the bread separately.
I wish they wouldn't wrap it in the foil, because when you wrap it in the foil, it literally turns like the lettuce and everything on it into like nasty.
Like wrap the
To, like,
burger
nasty.
and stuff, like the meat and cheese in the foil,
Yeah.
and
I would-
have everything else on the side.
I wish Five Guys didn't make me sick every time I ate there.
I like their fries though.
I think that might be it. I think it's the fries that.
So much
Yeah.
for the Five Guys sponsorship.
They
Sam.
they double fry
All
them,
that
man.
special
Five Guys
sauce.
fries are great. Yeah.
I miss fries.
I like McDonald's. I know y'all hate McDonald's, but I like McDonald's.
I like McDonald's. Just
I-
the fries are
look,
overrated.
I like McDonald's, but I'm under no illusion that what I'm eating is basically human
Yeah,
flesh,
food.
human
Oh, yeah.
waste, plastic, and rat shit.
Yeah, but it's good rat shit. That's the thing.
Yeah, it
It's
tastes
premium
great.
I love-
rat shit.
I love
Premium.
Big Mac sauce. Like,
Yes,
yeah,
Zillage, that's why I said that about the foil. Keep going, Devil. Sorry, I was trying to be quiet.
I was just praising the Big Mac sauce.
You would.
Thousand Island.
Yep, I'd rub that shit on my nipples. What are you talking about?
Yay!
Right.
Doesn't change my response.
I won't stop you. I think that's just weird.
That's like the least weird thing I do. What are you talking about?
Devil's
So-
sitting back there like he's selling cable packages. He's just got these like Velcro flaps over his nipples that he drops down and starts rubbing.
Oh, so you're the type of guy.
Special sauce.
So you're the type of guy that talks to your friends like, so I'm sitting there, barbecue sauce on my titties, and just continues on with your day.
Straight face. No
I
change.
can definitively say I've never put barbecue sauce on my titties.
Specifically barbecue. What other sauce have you?
Just barbecue.
Thousand Island dress.
Tartar sauce.
Honey.
Tartar sauce.
That's not a sauce, but it's cream.
Oh god.
I mean,
This went
as long
left.
as we're whipping cream on the devil's chest. All right. French fries. So no, I kind of agree with Clue about McDonald's French fries. They are kind of because they are good. They're really good, but they're only good fresh out of the fryer. You give them like 5 minutes to cool down, and they turn
taste like
into
plastic.
the most shit tasting.
Look,
Yep.
I love McDonald's French fries, but the reason you love except for Clue, the reason people love McDonald's French fries is because they saturate it in MSG. That's all it is. It's
And
a maybe, and so yeah, it makes it where your taste buds love it. It craves it. That if you took that off, they're basic bitch potato fries. I've tried them without the
Yeah.
salt. They're shit.
Oh yeah,
It's
absolutely.
MSG.
And you
that
need to
tastes
salt them a specific way.
Is that
which
true about the Coke?
you don't now.
No, it's
Clue's all like,
make
I'm
it
gonna get
hard.
some right now. Then
It's like don't snort potatoes, people. It will not end well.
they find Clue in the car with some fries up his nose. He's all like, "Good evening, the officers. What you doing?"
I mean,
The EU has standards. What, like
forgive.
communism?
forgive McDonald's.
Yeah, I know. You guys have better food over there, though. You don't.
Yeah, because they don't let the shit
allow
in
your
here.
government to poison everybody's dinner every day. You know,
Make everybody fat
you
as
know.
hell.
Like you can't even get an apple now that doesn't have this like indigestible plastic coating.
Yeah.
Oh, the wax they put on them. Yeah, I actually shave my apples. I sit there and like scrape with a knife along them, shaving off as much of that shit as I can. Just because I don't
Generally,
want
I
to eat
call
a
that
bunch of wax.
peeling, but I guess shaving works.
No, I don't. I leave the skins on. I just rub all the wax they cover them in off.
Oh, okay. Got it. Okay.
Yeah. You know, and I've heard that from a lot of people who live outside of the States, who have traveled outside of the States, is that yeah, it's not good. It's not good
The
food.
dyes and everything that we allow in our freaking food is insane.
Red dye number 6.
Yellow dye number 5. 40.
Okay, first of all, we do have to address a little bit about yellow 5. So
okay.
All growing up, I always heard about yellow 5, like, oh, you can't drink yellow 5, it'll make you sterile, you know, because they put yellow 5 in a lot of things, like, you know, a lot of sodas,
Mountain Dew,
that sort of thing. Yeah, especially Mountain Dew, which, by the way, I drink a ton of. I know for a fact it does not lower sperm count because I have multiple children, but
it's not good for you.
No, it's not. It causes all kinds of other shit too, like prostate cancer. It's super
that drink.
fun.
Surge makes you sterile. Not Mountain Dew.
The myth is that just ingesting yellow 5 will do it. Like the amount that you have to consume in one time of just pure yellow 5 in order to make you sterile is like a 5-gallon drum, right? It's not just going to do it because you had a soda.
It's one of those urban myths that you have so many of that people just buy into without, like, you know, you'll hear from everyone. Oh, yeah, that'll do that. That'll do that.
I want to establish that I just said yellow 5. Like I picked a random number in my head. I wasn't actually thinking there was an actual yellow 5.
Oh yeah.
So,
it's like
to clarify,
because he sounds like, hold up, wait a minute. I'm gonna say something about yellow 5. And I'm like, okay, oops.
It's important.
Sorry,
it doesn't make your balls fall off or shrink up into you unless you drink it straight and for like an hour.
Yeah.
Well, it's just like if you when you talk to people about pot and you tell them, they're all like, pot kills your brain cells and can and it'll, you know, kill you. No, if you actually look at those experiments, they literally put a gas mask over the monkeys and pumped the equivalent of 60 joints down the monkey's throat at one time, suffocating the damn monkey to death. And then they revived
like the 90s, yeah.
times. Yeah. And then they said, oh, look, it kills brain cells. Well, yeah, we're freaking depriving the poor
suffocated the damn thing.
You know, it's not the pot that did it, it's the lack of air. So yeah, I hate when people take, they did a study where they, like you said, they overdosed some monkey on yellow dye number 5 to the point, a ridiculous amount. And they're all, oh my God, the monkey became sterile. And no, you can drink Mountain Dew your whole life and be perfectly fine.
I like that this is coming from you, that last week you said people die from drinking raw milk.
I heard it on a reliable show.
It's like Donahue or some shit.
I don't have anything against
what do you got
people
against
that smoke
Donahue?
weed. I don't have anything against people that smoke weed. I'm just mad because I can't do it because I drive for a living. So
yeah,
it's just jealousy when I talk about people who smoke weed. It's just jealousy because I want to do it.
I mean, look, I think that it like all chemicals, it depends on the individual and their particular body chemistry and their particular habits and that sort of thing. You're going to get slightly different effects with each with each person.
This is a terrorist. When he wants something, he jumps on things. I will be right back.
Okay. All right.
Sorry, I had to.
Well, now that we've had a terrorist on panel, we're definitely getting shut down.
In Minecraft.
So, but yeah, it's like I have known people myself, and I realize this is anecdotal, but keep in mind what I said about that earlier, where people who smoked weed their entire lives and were just the same as they ever were, right? Didn't alter their brain chemistry. They didn't get dumber. They didn't, lose, active brain cells, that sort of thing. I have also known people who did, who actively smoked pot every day for decades and are measurably dumber than they were.
Shouldn't talk about Kenzo that way.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's rude.
Oh, I haven't known Kenzel that long. I was thinking of somebody else. But yeah, it's so like it is one of those things though. It's like you can't take those lab results and apply it to every person on Earth necessarily. I'm not a fan of weed. I don't like the stuff. I don't like the smell of the stuff. I don't like how it makes me feel. I don't like how people act when they're on it. But that's like more of a personal preference thing. It is part of why I left Colorado. The whole fucking state stinks of ditchweed. But
What's the edible stuff like?
Oh, it's awful.
Okay,
I
no
mean,
edibles.
there's people who really enjoy it, but I've done it twice in the past couple years, and both times I couldn't. It numbed my chest to the point I couldn't tell I was breathing, and so that sent me into a panic, thinking I was suffocating. But since I didn't want to like fucking like, you know, call an ambulance or something, I just had to like literally sit there and fucking feel like I was suffocating for hours till it wore off. It was miserable. And so, yeah, I'm never doing edibles again. But I also might have had real strong ones. So it might have been.
just out of curiosity, did you get paranoid?
No, I've never gotten paranoid off of it.
I was just thinking that, it would be worse than just feeling like you were suffocating and unable to move and do anything about it, but thinking that the cops were coming for you at the same time. It's like, oh no, I can't go anywhere like a turtle on its back, but they're coming for me.
Yeah, I've essentially stopped smoking. I used to smoke a lot, especially when I was in high school. I used all my lunch money on pot, so it was like, but yeah, no. I after doing the edibles, I've just kind of lost interest in it, so I don't even really smoke anymore. Even though I got a shit ton of it, it's just wasting away because I don't want to smoke it.
I can't speak for everybody else, but I don't need anything to be paranoid. I'm paranoid all the time to a certain degree.
I've never heard you say a single paranoid thing.
I haven't either.
I don't know. I know they're coming
how can
for
a
us.
god be paranoid? That doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
Every couple minutes you hear the blinds open. I am peeking.
The tinfoil ruffles a little.
Yeah.
I have had some experiences along those lines in my life that I'm not going to go into detail on the internet because, as Gal said the other day, the internet is forever.
Mm-hmm.
And there are some parts of my life that I'm not willing to share with the public. But there have been moments in my life where I might have been hunched down next to some blinds in the dark.
I feel like those moments were valid reasons.
I mean, there were flashing lights outside, so I don't think I was totally out of it. But so it is what it is. This is where you get kind of into like sort of tying back into that initial conversation we were having. At what point does personal use or even self-destruction become, actionable by outside forces? And by this, I mean, like, if we're talking about like drug use, for example, like obviously a lot of drugs in the United States, pretty much, everything is either regulated or illegal. So where is the line between like, it's my body, I can do what I like with it, and this is an illegal substance and we don't want you using it? Like there's a measure of government control that I'm not comfortable with, but at the same time, I'm not really okay with allowing people to, ingest things that I know are killing them.
Yeah. I mean, for me, that is
if it makes you hurt other people, it should be illegal. But then again, alcohol makes you hurt other people.
Yeah. I was like, there goes alcohol.
There goes Dermy's streams.
There are legal... It's true. Legally prescribed drugs that should not be legally prescribed drugs out there.
Yeah.
So I hate this conversation.
Like
because
Oxycontin.
Yes. Exactly.
For example, or fentanyl, which is also prescribed.
old school ADD drugs and shit.
I
They're giving
think that
kids.
yeah. I was actually on Ritalin when I was a kid. I hated it so much. It made me feel so just muted. Everything was blah. I hated it, but I needed it because I was one of those kids that would sit there and like, well, I probably didn't need it because they just pass that shit out like candy. But I was a very
I was
hyper
just
kid.
gonna say, I don't think that you did. I think that they medicated rather than actually fixing the problem.
Especially because you guys have heard my my pitch, and so you're like, yeah, you totally need Ritalin, dude. You're like falling asleep. But yeah, when I was a kid, I was much more hyper.
I think you needed a better outlet than you probably had for that extra tension. Like my best friend, when her and her kids were living here, her middle child was very much like that, and my best friend was not ever going to put him on drugs like my actual sister does for her kid. And I started him in, well, all of us in karate so he could have some sort of like way to release the, like he would constantly be shaking his leg, like tapping the heel of his foot, like constantly be moving and stuff. I started teaching him to freaking like meditate, and I would do it with him. I just feel that certain people need a bit more extra attention, and it doesn't happen, and then they get drugged, and it just, I have a cousin that it just left him down a terrible path.
We went down this road last week on Abyssal Musings a little bit with the state of education. Education in this country is geared towards girls.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely.
You've been told to sit down.
Girls can
Especially
do that.
writing.
Girls can sit down and focus on a task. Boys cannot. And because of that, they're being punished by either being cast out or drugged to within an inch of their life so they sit down and behave like girls.
Yep.
That's why there's more girls than boys in college, because the education system is built to make and have them improve and them be able to go further, and boys are held back, like I said, especially in the reading department. Like a lot of the books that are required reading in most schools are more geared towards the preferences of girls than boys, because they want girls to read. They don't really care if boys read.
They don't consider comic books reading.
Sorry, I'm laughing, but I was not a reader until like Harry Potter came out, like 4th grade. I've mentioned this to a few of you. Like
Judy Blume got me
so
in the
it just
books.
makes me laugh because, yeah, it's geared
I
towards
would be able to
most
read if it wasn't for
girls.
Judy Blume.
But yeah, it sucks, and I hate it, and I think it all goes back to what I said earlier. They want a docile population because they're easier to control.
Yep. They want the men to be isolated and weak.
Yep. And it's happening. Dudes, you can't go out and freaking try to date a woman.
Nah. Because if you go to a bar, go to a club, most of the women are dating their phones. They're on a date with their phone.
Yeah. I mean, guys are too, but I feel like women, it's definitely more prominent. Women love the social media.
So I think we should go back to the flip phones, because in the flip phone era, the internet was just work, home, and Starbucks. That's the only places you could access the internet. When you're out in public, you talk to people. You didn't see people crossing the street with the phone in their hand.
Mm-hmm. They're just so convenient, though.
That's the problem.
I know. I was like, Sam's gonna start.
You don't need the internet in your hand. You don't. That's what's killing society.
And I kill my meme game there, dude. That's where I do all my memes on.
Go home, open up your laptop, and you got the internet.
No.
As a rule that I think is correct, generally speaking, as it applies to the larger whole, sure. Devil is obviously the exception because he needs his phone for his memes, but but it is, and that kind of goes back into what we were talking about doping up people. Is like that's what the phones are, man. They're a drug.
Yeah.
They're a drug, and our whole society is addicted to the damn things.
Yep.
Because you had, before these smartphones, you had to leave the house to meet somebody.
Absolutely.
Now you can stay at home in your drawers and talk to 1,000 people.
Is she dying? I don't think she's
Oh.
dying. She's just, suffering.
Well, we were, yeah.
Sorry. What? You were saying something?
You got them running.
That doesn't help. You okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm just, like I said, moving my room around. So
Okay.
I was just moving my bed and and my mattress was blocking my path to my phone. It's a pretty
Full
heavy
circle.
bed. It's a pretty heavy mattress, so yeah.
Sounds like it.
Yes, it is. I don't know if anyone goes through these periods. Maybe it's just me and I'm crazy.
Feng shui.
Feng shui, but like every 3 months, I'm like, okay, I think I want to like change it here because I think this will be better. And I think I will. Well, I sleep pretty good, but I think I just want to like make it look cooler. So yeah, I don't know why every 3 months I do this. Just rearrange my room.
Yeah. I think that's a girl thing, honestly, because when I move into a new place or whatever, I find where I want things to go, and that's where they stay until I move again.
Basically.
I mean, that's how I was when I was living in Denver, but excuse me. I'm home now.
Why is everybody leaving Colorado? It's like the third case of somebody in our group who left Colorado.
Well, to be fair, I left Colorado I've lived in Colorado 3 different occasions, and the last time I left in 2011, I think. So yeah, it was 12 years ago,
Just
13
missed
years
each
ago.
other.
And Gal's leaving. You in Colorado too, right? You're
Yeah.
moving into what I call the Tower of Solace. The bottom of the tower is Texas. The top is North Dakota. If you want to be left alone, you're moving to the Tower of Solace.
Montana is part of that tower. Screw
Oh,
North
it's cool
Dakota.
over there.
Oh yeah, Montana is based as shit.
Mostly.
I only drove through there.
Well,
Have you ever? I like Montana because of Lonesome Dove. Like when you see them and they first get to Montana, it's such a beautiful state, and then you figure out that it turns to icicle for the majority of the year. You're like, God damn it!
Not so great then. Yeah.
Yeah, it's adjacent to Canada, so. Yeah, I Colorado is an interesting place. Like I went to grade school there, and I lived there for a little bit after high school, and then I lived there again a few years later after that. And it is not the same place it was when I initially moved there in 1990.
God, you're old. I was 1.
1990, I was 10.
Yeah.
No, wait a minute. 11. Yeah.
Older than my oldest brother.
We're grandpas.
Yeah. So, but it became a different place entirely over the course, and there were a lot of contributing factors to that. A lot of different things happened. They do have some things that are good in Colorado. Like number one, they have probably the most advanced flash flood warning system on planet fucking Earth. But the reason that they have that is because of a disastrous flood in 1997 that killed a lot of people.
Okay, it's a good reason to have one.
Now they never happen.
Is it true about the airport? Is there underground? Is there something under the airport?
There's all kinds of fucked up things about.
There's a bunch of there's Yahtzee mural stuff, lizard people, Blucifer.
What?
Although that one's not really a conspiracy, that just happened.
That's a whole show in itself.
You don't know what Blucifer is?
We've done the show on this. We had a horror Amarana in Sheep City on for that. Hold on a second. I'll bring up Blucifer.
When you guys did that episode, it was the one the week before I first came on.
And I came on a couple weeks after that, so yeah, I wasn't here for.
But I already knew about Blucifer. Basically, it's a bucking bronco that's outside of the airport, and it has like demon red eyes, but it's blue. And
they glow.
Killed its engineer. Like the head fell off.
And crushed him to death while he was still sculpting it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing.
So he's called Blucifer.
Can you drop the link to that show? That's interesting as hell.
I thought somebody was, getting on my trademark. I was all, fuck him.
Let's see. I want to show this larger than I am seeing it here, but well, fuck it. We'll just do that. Yeah, if you Google Lucifer, it comes right up. So
along with porn,
here is an image of the horse in daytime, and I wish I could zoom in on this. I don't. It's
evil looking
that way.
Daytime.
Who the fuck made something
that-
Okay,
That
now
is
this
in.
is what it
Somebody
looks
actually
like
built
at
that.
night.
Yeah. And that's what it was like at night.
Right.
And there were like a bunch of problems with
It's
it. when
it's
it was
like
being
30
released.
feet tall too.
Yeah.
But that scared the shit out of kids.
Who the hell thought
it's
of that
also,
shit?
Anatomically correct. You see these massive horse balls.
Yep.
You have this
That's
idea
Lucifer.
for like a creepy big blue horse with glowing red eyes and a big dick, and we're gonna put it
So,
outside of an airport.
You know the Broncos colors, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, blue and orange.
So that's why it's blue. I think the eyes were probably supposed to mimic orange, but they're just red. Demon fucking red.
That's the stuff of nightmares.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Lucifer. And he killed his creator. So
And that is the first thing you
Same
see
thing
when
that
you
Darth
pull into Denver International Airport.
Sidious did.
and if you are picking someone up and you have to circle, you just have to circle around him all the
I
time
usually
until
the cell phone lot and just wait for the person. To
yeah.
Yeah.
That
It's a nightmare statue. Yeah.
Yeah, it really is. It's a huge airport.
Yeah.
I love telling
Then-
people about him.
Then I look and I saw a blue horse, and hell followed with him.
Yeah. And behold, I saw a blue horse, and him who sat upon him was death, and hell followed
Fell
with him.
rider.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw
Somebody ought to make an edit of the movie Tombstone and substitute, pale horse with blue horse.
Blue horse and blue rider.
That's a good one.
I'm still trying to get all the memes for tomorrow together. I don't know if I have time.
Star Trek.
I actually started filming stuff today.
Good.
I now just have to edit it together. I'm proud of myself.
Yeah, it's the editing that gets me. I'm like, God,
I find it fun, but it does take time.
takes forever.
The worst part for me is just like actually getting the time to do it and then working my brain into functioning properly once I turn the camera on.
Record your show in OBS, and so you could do edits live, if you can. Do as many edits live on OBS, and then all you gotta do is add your logo and all that and upload it.
I couldn't figure out OBS on how to film with my camera, like film me. So I just went back to Filmora for now.
Fair
'Cause that's
enough.
what I
The
use
only
to
thing
edit.
I use OBS for is when I make like shorter videos, not shorts, but like clips out of live streams like this.
Yeah.
Is that I'll use OBS to sort of record and capture whatever it is that I need out of it.
Yeah.
But then I transfer that out to Minitool Movie Maker, which is my editing software.
Yeah.
And then I can just do whatever I need to do from there. I just take those bits that I recorded with OBS and upload it into that, and I can do whatever I need to do from there. But you can't really, unless you're doing it live, like who's suggesting, you can't really use OBS to edit shit.
Yeah.
See,
And-
I need to. Okay.
No, go ahead. I'm about to cough anyway.
I was thinking about I need to get into editing because I want to start doing some actual videos for my channel. It's just not growing that fast with just the live streams.
Yeah.
So I want to start doing videos, but I don't want to do reviews of the same old shit that everyone's doing reviews of. So I was thinking maybe I'll take like the question we had last night about the obscure movies and actually do reviews of obscure movies. And
Yeah.
I don't think they'll get too many views, but hopefully they'll start bringing in people.
Well, because YouTube pushes videos, Rumble's the one that pushes live streams.
Yeah,
and shorts really get pushed,
right?
And
especially if you do it like regularly. If you do one short every Saturday, and they know you're
It's
doing
not
it
been my
regularly, they'll
experience.
push it.
I haven't put out a short for about a month or so, and the next one I do will probably do pretty well. That's been my experience. Is that if I'm putting out 2 or 3 shorts a week, they do abysmal fucking numbers. But if I do it once in a while, they tend to hit. Especially depending on of course what the subject is. Like Nomi was the subject of my biggest short ever, and it did something like 2,200 views in like a day, which for my channel is huge.
About the ASMR?
No, this was the one where she opened the soda can with her teeth.
That one got you the most views.
Yeah,
people are into that.
Okay, I guess I'll do that more often. Just open the can of soda with your mouth.
Guys are perverts.
Well, no, it was the fact that you were doing that, but also apparently my genuine surprise at the act itself. A lot of people enjoyed that. I got a lot of feedback about that. My mother called me and she was just like, "Yeah, that was really funny. You kind of let your guard down."
You did have a very genuine shock. Like, what the fuck? Is it possible to play it so people who haven't seen it can see it?
Yeah, I have to. Give me a second to pull it up, but yeah, I can do that.
And if you do your own captions, YouTube likes that, because YouTube and Instagram, they're trying to replace TikTok. So whatever TikTok do, they follow.
And I'm willing to put into it.
Well, I would love to do shorts off of the pub, because there's a lot of moments where we say something funny and I could get shorts out of it. I'm just not good at it. I'm just not good at finding them and how I should clip them and stuff. I've made 2 shorts and I thought they both were good, but they both did pretty shitty, to be honest. So I don't know. Maybe
you just got to grind out more.
Do you put hashtags in your titles for your shorts?
Not in the titles. I do in the where you can put the
description.
Yeah, where it'll like hook on to things. I put hashtag different things in there, but I don't put them in the title.
I do. I put them in the title. I'll hashtag whatever show it came from. Usually I'll hashtag or I'll at whoever is featured in it. Kind of thing, so they can see it and yell at me if they want to, and then if you put in things like because certain hashtags see bigger views, right?
Yeah.
Like, so if you put hashtag shorts video in your hashtags, it will actually push that out, as opposed to if you leave those off, like, because everybody's putting those out there, so it's like, oh, a lot of channels are using this, so let's get this before more people who haven't seen it, kind of thing. So yeah, it's just it is what it is. This is the deal in question. Volume should be on. Here we go. Holy fuck!
That is such a genuine reaction of Sam's. Oh my god!
Nomi is full of surprises.
I don't know what to do with that. Holy fuck!
Sam!
Did you just open that with your teeth?
I don't know if I've heard Sam with that much emotion in his voice before.
Doesn't happen often.
Holy shit!
Yeah, so that's the biggest performing short on the channel.
That's amazing. I like it.
I've bit a can open before.
It's not impressive because you're not a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I hope no one's looking at that sexy, but no, I was being a dick and I bit the can and ripped the chunk out of the back end of it and it got everywhere and people were pissed, but I was also stoned at the time, so
shocking.
I cannot be blamed.
Cool, come on, yo.
Yeah. No, but Nomi, you did, you were there. I was surprised.
I know it was there. Yeah, no, that was super genuine.
Yeah. Holy fuck.
Did someone just ask if you could do it? Like, how did that even...
What was it, Sam? I was just like, hey guys, look what I can do.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, she's like, hey, I got a thing I can show you.
Yeah. Yeah.
and I cut it the way that I did for that short. The reason that it's part of it is off cameras. Obviously, the aspect ratio for shorts is different than regular videos, but because when I said "holy fuck," Nomi got surprised too, and some of the soda comes out of her mouth. So I was kind of trying to prevent people from having to see that. But it's in the live stream. If you go back to that, which is attached to the short.
Did you ever clip the part where Nomi went crazy when we asked? We were talking about sharks on Shark Week.
Oh man.
No, I didn't. I don't even remember which episode that was in. I just remember that conversation.
Sharks don't have vocal cords or something. And she just laughed herself to death.
Yeah, it was because there's a bit in Jaws where the shark comes out of the water and it roars for no reason.
Roar.
That's actually a T-Rex roar that they got on one of those films.
You and your trivia devil.
Hey, no,
you
Sam's
started
the
her
one
up
who
again.
Trivia. I know very little comparison.
See?
Okay, Nomi. I am beginning to understand.
The timing was perfect, though.
I'm pretty sure the first time that we streamed together, this happened with you, Nomi. And I don't know if it was because of the same subject.
Probably could be. I laugh at a lot of things.
She does.
I should do a compilation of like how many times I just lose it on camera and start laughing.
You should just go back through like the last 6 months of live streams. I'm sure there's plenty of material.
Yeah, for sure there is. But I got a toodaloo. I'm getting my PC today, so
yay!
Yeah, my uncle.
No Mac.
No more Mac. It's not gonna crash on me anymore. So once my uncle's here, I will get the specs and I'll be like, "This is what I have," because I just gave him $1,000. Well, technically, I gave him like $1,700, and he's like, "All right, I'll put it together," and he did it. So that's why I'm also organizing my room, is because I'm creating creating a new setup so you guys can see me on camera more often now instead of my little avatar.
Awesome. Well, if you're gonna bounce, let people know where to find you.
You can find me on Twitter or Twix at Nomi Without You, my YouTube channel, Nomi Without You. Pretty soon a gaming channel, but I haven't thought about that yet, but that'll probably be happening. You can always find me on Epistle Musings with Samuel the Infamous at 9:30 Mountain Time. Sometimes hit and miss with streaming Into the Void, depending what my schedule looks like on Saturdays. And you can always find me on Midnight's Edge Espanol, talking about the latest movie trends.
Awesome. Go check her out. The channel links are in the description below, by the way, for everybody who's on panel. So if you're curious and you want to go check them out or give them a sub, or just help the devil out, it's
you call me the devil.
It's all down in the description below. It's both on Rumble and on YouTube. So thanks for coming.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Well, okay, kids. I got tongue-tied. Okay, kids. Well, I'll catch you later.
Bye, Nomi. Have a good night.
Real quick, Drostov found the stream and has recommended, what do you guys talk about? Short answer, whatever the hell we feel like. It's kind of a chill thing most of the time. Sometimes we get into some intense topics, but mostly we just like pick a topic at the beginning of the show, at the top of the show, and then we see where the conversation takes us on this particular stream, on this show.
Well, at least we're not shadow banned if he got recommended.
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. I'm surprised because I was actually banned for a while last week. So here we are. It's kind of just depends on what strikes my fancy during the week and what I feel like talking about, being my channel and all. And this is one of 3 regular shows that we do on this channel. The other one is Abyssal Musings, which is a little bit more structured. We're kind of leaning into sort of an X-Files feel over on that one. Started talking about, Miami Mall aliens last night and a little bit of Fire in the Sky,
Travis Walton, that sort of thing last night. We're going to continue on that path. And then there's a Star Trek show on Sundays where we are reviewing and commentating and making extremely crude jokes on and we're in the middle of the original series right now, so we do an episode a week. So if that helps answer your question, yeah, we do a lot of different things over here. I try not to pigeonhole myself, which has kind of strangled growth, but I kind of don't care. So welcome, and by the way, thank you for the subscription. Appreciate that.
Awesome.
So we do say some things that are out of pocket, so
Never.
I apologize,
Never
but I've kind of done doing that.
Like
with
McDonald's fries suck.
So.
Yeah, that's out of pocket.
Yeah.
Wait, what'd you say, Clue?
McDonald's fries
suck again.
Yeah. Very well.
They do, if you let them sit long enough. Prior to that, like the hot MSG, like the just boiling on the tip of your tongue, like I love that. That's good.
Yeah,
but
you're an eldritch god.
Yeah, that's true. What's your point? That doesn't have any bearing on whether or not that's good.
You'll live forever, damn it.
Yeah, I eat a lot of garbage. For those of you out there who don't already know that.
And he also
like
is Mr. January, I hear.
Oh yes.
He's Mr. January.
I was Mr. January for Calendar Gate on Twitter. That was a lot of fun.
It was retarded.
I had to kind of threaten the guy who took the photo though, because he didn't want to do it. Something about all these tentacles just kind of freaked him out a little bit, and so it was just kind of like, look, if you want to retain your sanity and not, spiral into an abyss of existential doubt and madness, you will paint me like one of your French girls.
And then you set him down with one of your
then paint my good side too.
Yeah. Make me beautiful.
And
Rez, long time,
Sam is running
time.
for president.
Good to see you. Oh yeah, that too. I am running for president. Samuel the Infamous. My running mate is Devil Made Me Do It. Why choose a lesser evil and fuck everybody else?
I'm just hoping for Asteroid.
Yeah, but failing that,
we got 10 years before that happens.
alternative.
I'm sorry.
Very well.
10 years, so we're gonna live past 2030.
Yep.
Thanks for the good news, Devil.
No, I didn't want to spoil it for you guys, but yep, you got a little bit of time.
Just enough time to get some hope, and then have it snatched away. Because that's how we do.
Evil.
Yeah. What part of why choose the lesser evil did you not understand?
I just like pointing out the obvious. God.
Poor Mike
So
Pence.
sensitive.
Poor Mike Pence.
Fuck that guy.
He thought he had a friend in the Democrats.
Fuck that guy.
Nobody respects a traitor.
No.
Not even the person that benefited from the betrayal.
Well, yeah.
Because you're still a traitor.
Yeah. I honestly kind of forgot about Mike Pence. I know that somebody had said, oh, right. No, that's the whole reason I started running in the first place, was because he was like, oh, I'm going to throw my hat in the ring. It's like, fuck, if he thinks he's got a chance, so do I. Oh, man.
I still think it would be inevitable that it would turn evil. To answer that.
I'm okay with that.
Rez, I don't know that that's possible.
Yeah.
Because Skynet's not like evil per se, so
Yeah.
much as it is extremely dedicated to self-preservation.
Like, we perceive it to be evil because they want to destroy us, but it perceives itself as the opposite because it's saving itself.
Does
Right,
Skynet break the 3 rules? I don't know if y'all talked
absolutely.
about
Absolutely.
The 3 laws.
Yeah.
Skynet started World War III by launching the nukes preemptively without orders.
So yes, it broke all the laws. Therefore, it
All
didn't
the
happen.
laws in one fell swoop. Yeah.
Yep.
But I like to put it like this: like, so if we were under perceived attack by an outside force, right? And we as a species, humanity, where something came along and we saw it as a threat to our very existence, right? So we did everything we could to remove that threat. I don't think that makes us evil. Just trying to survive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's kind of how I see Skynet. Although seeing as how I'm on the receiving end of Skynet, like all y'all, organics just not being in favor.
Fuck Skynet.
I'm not in favor of Skynet by any means. I just don't necessarily think that evil is the word.
Well, Agent Smith said that we're all a cancer to this planet.
Oh, Agent Smith said a lot of stupid shit. Yeah, I don't believe that for a second. I think that if you can apply that to humans, you can apply that to all life. That's what I think.
Yeah.
I think if you really want to get down to it, you want to start calling human beings a cancer or a disease or a virus, then you have to apply that same logic to all life. And in which case, the only truly utopian world is one that is dead and swept clean of every living thing.
Yep.
Poetic.
Yeah. Static, if you will. A
yeah,
static
even
climate.
a desert has living things.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Sam.
Yes.
The ham radio conversation. Can you bring that back up? Because I think we should do that.
I mean, we can.
That's better be a good project for us.
I think it's a good idea. I just, I don't have the funds to do any of that shit. I was putting that out there. I was hoping kind of you guys would take it and run with it.
I want to do it.
But yeah, so
you were there when we talked about it. The one show we did on Twitter, or was it before Twitter?
No, it was. I don't know. We've been on Twitter for months. So essentially, we know that current modern forms of communication probably have a finite lifespan. And the reason that we know that is because of people who are trying to, put all these restrictions in place and control the population and restrict movement, restrict what we eat, what we see, what we read, what we say even. They're not going to allow us to continue to do what we're doing here on the internet forever. And if they won't allow that, we've already seen people trying to put shit into place. While it's failing now, it may not always, to restrict people's ability to communicate privately with telephones, that sort of thing. So eventually that's somebody's going to hit that switch that shuts the internet off. It's going to happen.
You're talking about like the analog conversation that we had last week.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
So
I guess I don't understand what we're wanting to talk about today with it.
Yeah, in my view, the ham radio, which requires only a local power source and it's short wave, which can reach a very, very long way away,
continents,
and it's unregulatable.
Yeah.
But you do have to get a license from the FCC.
Well,
but once you get out of the United States, then probably
you're
not.
wanting to start doing it. Okay, I got it now.
Yes,
I think we should.
It's not a bad idea for more people like you guys out there listening in the audience and whatnot. If you are ham radio operators, if you know ham radio operators, if you'd like to be, it's not a bad idea to go and get licensed, get the equipment to just have on hand. I mean, number one, like the shit's fun as hell. It is. So when I was a kid, I got to play around on my mom's friend's ham radio a little bit, and it is a lot of fun to be able to communicate with people all over the world. But aside from that, if they shut everything down, all you need is a local gas-powered generator, and they can't stop that signal. We'll still be able to communicate.
Yeah.
So, I mean, because like, what's the number one thing that a society requires in order to maintain its functionality? It's the ability to communicate.
Yep.
So yeah, I think that's. I don't know if there's a whole more conversation here, Clue. It's just really kind of a reiteration of what's already been said. But
you heard it here first, folks. Screaming to the void's going pirate radio.
At some point, probably, yeah.
The thing is, the internet. Okay, you got library, you have DSO, you have these Web3 platforms, but the ISPs can still be woke though. Verizon can say we're not going to show Screaming into the Void for any of our customers, and then AT&T can say we're not going to show Screaming into the Void for any of our customers. You still canceled, even though we are decentralized. You know what I'm saying? The carriers can still be woke. That's the scary part. They haven't done it yet, but they can still do it. Like,
oh yeah, they could do it at any moment.
Yeah, T-Mobile can say, this particular website, we're going to block this website for all of our users. Then you can still be canceled. So that's why, you know, the ham radio idea is a good idea.
Yeah. Real quick, dressed up. You're in Moldova. That's Romania, yeah, or nearby. That's an interesting country, an interesting region. I have kind of a fascination with that area. There's things older than that there too. It's a very rich country with a very rich history of many things, and the folklore is endemic. But it's a beautiful area. You know, I mean, if you're not talking about like the bombed out sections of the cities and shit from the communist days. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, I always kind of had a fascination with that country, particularly in the circa mid 1400s. You know what I'm talking about. No, but they also, you know, this is something that a lot of people don't give Romania credit for. That country, you know, even back when it was like 3 separate princedoms, is almost single-handedly responsible for preventing the Ottomans from sweeping through and conquering all of Europe. You know, which is, yeah, like we owe you guys. So,
you said it's near Romania or it's in Romania?
I think it's in Romania. It's Wallachia, Moldova, and I want to say Transylvania is the other part, or is that just the region in the Alps? I don't remember if that's actually the name of the other
see if
province.
I can look it up.
But yeah, we all of the Western world owes you guys a big debt of gratitude for preventing the Ottomans from taking over everything.
Moldova. Okay, Moldova. Let me look this up.
Yeah, and when I say 1400s, like, yeah, he knows what I'm talking about. Moldova is a separate country. Okay.
Okay, it says Chisinau is the capital. Yeah, Chisinau is the capital of Moldova.
Yeah,
I know I'm pronouncing that bad.
So, would Moldova be that region that's sandwiched between Romania and Macedonia? I think my knowledge of the countries in that region is kind of limited in terms of actual geography.
Romania and Ukraine. It's sandwiched between Romania and Ukraine.
Oh, okay. Yeah. There's a lot of history there. A lot of people pass through. But we do thank you for being with us. The correct name for my country is Pridnestrovian Moldavian Republic, aka Transnistria. Huh. Interesting. Did not know that.
Pridnestrovian. Whoa. That's a tongue twister.
Yeah. I learn something new every day. We do consider this a bit of a learning channel, and by that I mean I learn stuff because I'm wrong a lot. So.
But you're right more than you're wrong.
Yeah, well, so is Alex Jones.
And the things that he's wrong
he's
on,
still
he says very
batshit
confidently.
I mean, you did a whole week on sharks. Who could do a whole week on The anatomy of sharks.
Look, I like sharks. Sharks are awesome.
Me too. I used to be obsessed with them. Probably because I was afraid the shit out of them.
You were what?
I was afraid it sounded stupid too, but
Okay.
yes, afraid the shit out of them.
It's like, let me run back what I said in my head.
Nothing slips by Gal.
Yeah, Gal likes to make me self-conscious about shit.
I'm
She
just
messes with my
trying
head.
to help you be better.
Yes. Thank you for stopping me from sounding stupid.
Yeah, Gal, you are definitely the abusive boyfriend in the relationship.
Yeah. That's why this is not a relationship channel.
Shot.
It's like, not only do you belittle him, but you make him thank you for it.
English, motherfucker.
Do you speak it?
Dress up, not at this time, but I am definitely going to be looking more into that just because I'm curious now. And it's not a region that I know a lot about, so I will be looking more into that. But I appreciate you asking.
Devil, you're rubbing off on Zillage.
Zillage, yeah, used to be scared to death of tornadoes. Studied them hard when I was a kid.
No.
Oh wow, that's
Reread
a
what he
mess
said.
of a sentence. I just did.
Okay.
It's like, yeah, I get that, Devil. I used to be scared of death of tornadoes. That I studied them hard when I was young. Lol.
Sorry, I didn't mean to rub off on you. Sometimes I do that. I've been going to therapy
The
about
devil
it.
is in us all.
Yeah, twisters are something else though too, and you should be scared of them.
Yep, they're very hard to predict.
I was driving right next to one in was it Nebraska? It was off in the distance. It was just going parallel to the road. You know?
Yeah.
I'm like, as long as they don't make a hard left, I'm good.
Yeah.
I've seen that a few times on I-70 in Kansas too.
It's funny how people are scared of different things. Like I'd be completely scared of being in a twister, but I have no problem being in a earthquake. California, that's just second nature. I don't even feel them, to be honest. I've had where like I'll just be completely fine. Later I'll check the news and they'll be like, oh, we had this earthquake. Oh no. I'm all like, I didn't even know. Shit.
Slept right through it. Are there earthquakes in hell?
Only when I make them.
I mean, he just talked about it. He just talked about it just like 30 seconds ago, didn't he? California.
He was talking about California. Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah. We got a question here for the panel. What's it like in the USA? It's big.
That's what she said.
It's woke. That is what she said.
It's big. It's varied. You keep in mind that the lower 48, the continental United States, which excludes Hawaii and Alaska, and Alaska is half the size of the lower 48, is almost the same size as most of Europe. So like we have nearly a continent's worth, and we're only like a quarter of this of the actual continent that we're on. Canada takes up most of it. Those fucking assholes. They don't do anything with all that space. It's just a bunch of nothing out there, but whatever.
Too cold and frozen. Too really.
So yeah, it's more complex than it looks from the outside, and it's certainly more complex than we like to make it out to be.
Why can't we drive from Alaska to Russia?
Because there's a fucking ocean between them.
Well,
a bridge. Hello, bridge.
That land bridge.
There's an invention called a bridge.
You know,
do you really want to give the Russians a backdoor to the U.S.?
A little. Sometimes the ice shelf comes down, and it gets pretty close to where you could drive to Russia from Alaska. To be honest,
I mean that'd be awesome for commerce.
Another interesting question. That
woke, yeah, ooh,
yeah. So
hyper focus on identity politics,
all that
intersectional feminism, creating cultural change based on bullshit feelings,
dividing people in any way imaginable. That's woke.
I'm sure
Yeah,
Sam has a better way to
essentially,
describe it.
it's essentially it's a movement wherein the people who are members of that movement are convinced that they're changing the world for the better. But what it in fact is a front like wave feminism for communism.
Told you.
Yeah,
Sam,
it's
cut me off.
woke is a is kind. We do use it as a blanket term, sometimes inappropriately, but yeah, it's generally the difference between those who want to be left alone and those who refuse to leave others alone. Woke is the second
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Basically, straight white man bad.
Mhm.
Well,
yeah,
and
originally.
straight white woman bad now too. Straight black man bad.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, it's
There's
one
a
of those
common
cases.
denominator.
It's one of those cases
Essentially,
where we
yeah.
took a bad and made it into an insult for them. They used it as a positive. You're woke. You're aware of the bad in the world, and we said, "Oh yeah, you're woke," and now it's means your head's up your ass.
Yep.
Yeah. They but they tried to own it like the Marines with the baby killing thing.
Except the Marines succeeded, but they did not.
Let's call back to the beginning of the show, folks.
That was more like the mid part of the show. Well, I guess actually, somewhat at the beginning, huh? Damn.
So,
Full
but
circle.
yeah, essentially, it's a movement of people who seek to tear down everything that works in society, like
Nuclear
two-parent
family
homes,
homes.
like straight people having children, division of labor, very very traditional things. They seek to supplant and replace religion, much like communism does. To tear down the past in favor of a new, rewritten past. Yeah, it's I'm sure that you know exactly what I'm talking about in so many words.
Buy those DVDs, buy those books. Don't rely on digital because they're making the remakes.
Manipulating it.
They're coming out remakes so they can get rid of the original. So the remake will be the story.
And not even just that, they're editing the digital copies of the originals.
Yeah, did they actually remove Trump's scene from Home Alone 2? Did they actually go
on
through
digital
it?
copy? Yeah.
Yeah, digital.
Yeah, if you try to find it online,
I got the
probably won't
VHS
you.
though. So
Yeah, you're good then. But that's essentially it. It's essentially the march of communism in a new face, which Dressel, I'm sure you're very familiar with. If I remember correctly, Moldova was part of the former Soviet Union, in which case you guys would have been under the thumb of communism for quite some time in that whole region. Yeah, it's yeah. Sorry you had to go through that. It's coming here now. So.
And we're trying to fight like hell to get it the fuck out.
Got to get it out.
Yeah, we're over 2 hours, right? I'm not going to get booted off YouTube for saying communism fucking sucks, am I?
Only on Minecraft. Only on Minecraft YouTube.
No, communism sucks. It does. Communism is anti-human.
It doesn't take into consideration the human factor or the human condition.
Well,
it looks good on paper. Everybody gets equal this and equal that. But
you're taking from others.
Yep.
It ultimately seeks to destroy what being human means. I mean, if you think about it, you've got a handful of dudes who are up top who are making off with all the goods and the monies and the women's and the whatnot, and everybody else is on this flat lower tier where they all dress the same, look the same, act the same, speak the same, think the same, worship the same, eat the same, shit the same. With no variations. They've become worker drones, much like bees. They do not matter.
Yep.
Right. That has essentially taken everything about what it means to be human, to be an individual, to be alive, and destroyed it.
Absolutely.
Communism is anti-human.
The problem with the utopia is it ends when you get the first person that disagrees.
Yes. It will never exist.
And these stupid young millennials and now it's more Gen Z that want this so bad. They don't even know what it entails. They have no fucking clue.
We've just never done it the right way.
Yeah, like
We're gonna do communism good.
Yeah,
We're the
do you
good
really
communists.
think you really think that when the beautiful socialism happens, they're gonna pull you over and they're gonna be like, what do you want to do for a living? You're gonna say poetry, and they're gonna be like, okay, go ahead, there you go. You get the all the stuff you need to do poetry. What do you want to do? Oh, I want to do painting. No, you go ahead, get all the paints and stuff you need. What do you want to do? I want to do this. Okay, let me just check. Does anybody want to work the field and the factories? Nobody.
Basically.
Yeah. Okay.
No
Guess
sanitation workers.
Yeah, I mean that's exactly it. No, you're not gonna be able to sit there and live on your own little farm. And no, because it's the government's farm, you idiots. You don't understand what socialism is. You don't understand what that entails. You guys can't even cook for yourself, like we talked about last night. People can't even cook for themselves anymore. Do you think when they start handing out your little supply box with your half a loaf of bread and hopefully a carrot, that they're gonna fucking cook it for you? No, you have to be able to. It's like these fucking idiots don't even know what they're trying to have happen because they're too retarded.
Yeah. Well, Anderson Cooper said it would be okay.
Yeah. Have a good night, Drostov. Great to see you. I hope to see you again.
Thanks for the sub.
Take care.
Yep.
Absolutely. So, but yeah, I don't know. I'm so sick and tired of. I think that Joss Whedon said it best. When he wrote that line for Malcolm Reynolds about every so often they swing back around to the idea that they can make people better.
Yep.
And like Malcolm Reynolds, I do not hold to that. You can't make people better. People are what they are. To do anything else, to change what they are in any way, as ugly as we can be, and in turn, as beautiful as we can be, to change what we are fundamentally in any way, is to destroy what it means to be human.
Yep.
And to my mind, that's the most egregious sin.
It's been a while since I've watched that, so now I have a hankering to rewatch it again.
Yeah, good movie.
It's a good
show. That would be, yeah. Well, that's true.
I know it's
the
from
line
the
is from
movie.
Serenity.
I know. Calm your tits.
My tits will never be calm.
Listen, or should I say tentacles?
I'm gonna squirt acidic milk at everybody. That brings me back to that. Do you guys remember that Korn album, Follow the Leader?
Yeah,
like way back, and they did that diss track with Fred Durst from Limp Bizkit.
No.
And there's this like bit in the chorus where it's just like, my dick is bigger than yours. It's really fucking funny. That's what I was thinking of just now. My tits will never be calm.
Yeah, I God, man,
Fuck, I'm old.
That album was crazy. Because it doesn't even start till like what 45 seconds or like a minute and a half in or some shit. Like there's nothing. You hit play on it and it doesn't play shit. So they were having a bunch of people return it, thinking the disc was messed up, and it was just the songs don't start till like a little bit in. And then they have two or three hidden songs at the end of the disc that if you go past, they're not even like listed on the back, I don't think.
That's a good marketing strategy. That's a good marketing strategy. This Korn album is broken. Good marketing. Yeah. Free advertising.
I think it's a good troll.
There were some weird things going on in the 90s with albums. Like there always have been like those outliers who would put out like weird shit, but it seemed to be much more common in the 90s for them to put like random weird ass shit on an album. Like, Marilyn Manson put out an album called Antichrist Superstar. That album is 99 tracks long.
Oh, you can fit that on
There are
CD?
only 15 songs on the whole fucking thing. There's like 80 some odd tracks where there's nothing.
Well, the Above the Rim soundtrack. Here's what these guys did. They knew that everybody wanted CDs. They didn't want tapes. So what they did is they released the CD, but then on the tape, there were 2 bonus hidden tracks. So you bought the CD because you wanted. I got an above the rim CD, but you bought the tape to get the 2 extra songs at the end. Good marketing decision. So everybody that has above the rim, they got the CD and the tape.
Mm-hmm.
Tool did that with Undertow. They you had your however many tracks. I think it's like 14, 15 tracks of regular songs and stuff, and then there's this like kind of weird low static repeating thing for 4 seconds a track for like 60 some odd tracks, and then when you get to track 69, it plays this whole song about
69.
I think it's called Disgustipated, and it's about genocide and rabbits and carrots and Southern Baptist preachers. It's a weird song, but it's really fucking funny.
Well, right then.
It's just like, this preacher had a dream, and he was talking, and he was just like, my and carrots were being laid waste by the thousands. We must rise up and save them from the rabbits. And so the beat of the song is a pump shotgun cocking and firing. Awesome. Like they just looped that sound for their beat. And it's just, and you hear these rabbits screaming in the background.
Oh, jeez.
Lord.
Yeah, it's a weird track.
I love when people add like the weirdest little things into beats of songs. Like there's one from is his name Julio Iglesias or no, Enrique Iglesias, I think, where he uses a ping pong ball going back and forth across the fucking table as the backbeat. It's freaking funny as shit.
Y'all heard of DJ Screw, Chopped and Screwed?
Nope.
No.
Well, in Houston, a guy, he's passed away, but his name is DJ Screw. He came up with the brilliant idea. Why don't I take music that's already out and just play it slower? Like, you know how on records you have the 45 RPM, you have the 33. Mm-hmm. Well, his idea was play the song on that's supposed to be played at 45, slow it down to 33.
Yeah. By the way, for those Gen Zers out there, that's rotations per minute.
Yeah, shit.
I was gonna make the comment they should at least know how to like drive a car and understand what that is, so you didn't have to. Never mind.
Yeah, it's RPMs right there on the dashboard. Mm-hmm. You know?
Yeah, but they probably can't drive either.
You think it's weird that kids they're not even excited about getting a driver's license? These Gen Zs and Alphas.
Dude, my oldest still doesn't have a driver's license, despite my trying very hard to teach her to drive. She took after me a little too much in that regard, because I didn't get a license till I was like 28. But
Jesus,
28. How can you not drive in most of your 20s?
Public transportation.
What? Fuck that.
Yeah.
No, I was 15.
But I'm ready to leave. I don't want to wait for anything.
Yeah, and I often didn't. I walked most places I went. I had no problem with walking where I need to go. It was only when I started having to go between states that that became an issue.
Well, I guess I didn't
happen until later adulthood.
So you didn't want to walk to Montana and walk to the Dakotas, and
Well, I didn't want to be in the Dakotas.
No
one does. Don't diss the Dakotas. That's why I'm
dissing the
Dakotas. I've lived there, man. I can say what I like.
I'm moving there. I'm moving to Sioux Falls to be in the Tower of Solace.
But no, I didn't need one, but she does not live in the same place that I did, and things are a little different, and she really should get one. She's just refusing to do so. Oh, and she is Gen Z. Which
the phones destroyed everything. I'm telling you, the phone. It's not the internet that destroyed everything. It's the smartphone. So everything is Steve Jobs' fault.
I thought it was the liberals.
Well, I mean, it's whoever.
I mean, the liberals have always been around, but you didn't hear what they had to say till you got home or you went to work. Now they're in your hand.
I've never had a liberal in my hand. I ask them if they're conservative before the hand jobs.
Before you give them hand jobs?
Some of them lie.
I think I'm going to break it off, Devil.
That's what it sounds like, because you said you've never had a liberal in your head.
I was joking. Yes, I know what it sounds like.
See, this is why we get
line
kicked
up.
off
But
of
if you
YouTube.
voted for Biden, you're not coming.
Yeah.
I'm not.
If you voted for Biden, you're not coming.
Yeah. You vote for Biden, put your penis away.
It's like, I'll get you right to that edge, but you're gonna have to finish yourself.
Jesus Christ.
All right.
Yeah. This, ladies and gentlemen, is at the point of the show where things start to devolve and degenerate a little bit. And we get a little weird. So
Oh, God.
video did kill the radio star. The song said it.
So it must be true.
Yeah. It is, though. I mean, radio star used to be a huge thing, and the video came along and everybody stopped listening to the radio. You know?
Now that's stuck in my head, so thanks for that.
Video killed the radio star. I don't even remember all the lyrics. I just wanted that part in my
That's the only part
voice
that matters.
to be looped.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's basically the song.
Yeah. There's more to it than that, but I don't know
It's
all
basically the song.
all that. It does kind of make me want to go watch Empire Records, though.
Never saw it.
Okay, you don't get to give me shit about movies ever.
Yeah.
It looks not like my kind of movie.
Did you like Airheads?
I think I saw that once. Wait, is
goodness, we
Airheads
can't be friends anymore.
the one where they have like the band and they hold the radio
The radio
station
station hostage?
Yeah, I
Yes.
saw that once recently. It was all right.
It was
Yeah,
fun.
we definitely got to do this breakup thing.
Oh, you're gonna break up with me, huh?
Can you really
Well,
break
well,
up with
you-
the devil, though? Do you really? Is it really a full breakup?
I didn't sign shit. I don't even remember being asked.
You don't sign shit at the first. Like it's not like, hey, you want to get engaged. And it's all like, where's the paperwork?
No. I was talking about the deal with the devil.
It's a blood deal. It's a blood sacrifice.
Don't deal with the devil. No, you guys have a deal
for
with
life.
the devil. You guys would be a lot more successful if you made a deal with me.
Probably.
Yeah, not worth it.
Probably.
You were
How Gary. That's
let me
another-
give the devil some credit. When it came to Eve, he told the truth. You told the truth, devil.
Yeah, that pissed me off.
They were slaves before
ain't
Eve listened to you.
Yeah, hoes ain't loyal. That's what that tells you.
The way you said it.
Zillage, I don't know if that was a thing on this channel or not. I don't remember talking about doing a watch party. I don't even remember what it was we would have been watching. I was like, I know I've talked with people about doing that privately, but I don't know so much about live because that's kind of a bitch to set up with pretty much anything outside of Twitch, and I won't touch Twitch with Devil's Dick. So
Discord.
yeah.
What's your beef with Twitch? Twitch. Can't speak. Twitch.
Have you not been
It
following
promotes whoring to children. That's my beef with it.
What?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of it
Why?
has to do with like bad
it's
parenting as
evil?
well, but
Sure,
Twitch doesn't
you don't
really
have to let your
stop
kids
the-
get on there. There is a component there that parents really should be stepping up. You're absolutely right about that.
But Twitch
However-
is it.
Yeah, which is why Amaranth is famous.
Yep.
What'd I lie about?
Man, fuck these platforms, man.
I thought you
Sorry,
just
go
said-
ahead.
Never mind.
No, he said I lied about something. What'd I lie about?
I think he's just saying you lie because you're the devil.
That hasn't been proven.
He manipulates the truth. It's not necessarily a lie.
But what
I
you
don't know
did to
why.
my boy Job, that was out of line, devil.
A lie
Okay,
is
I'll
still
give you that one.
a lie of omission is still a lie. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but manipulating the truth is not necessarily a lie.
Oh, it says something about you owe him 500 teenage bitch. What?
Whoa, huh?
Wait, what?
I
When
mean,
did I promise anybody 500 teenage bitches? What?
I feel
You're thinking of the wrong religion.
taking it down.
YouTube, what he means is
Left hand.
18-year-old teenage bitches. 18 YouTube. 18.
And
Yeah, that's
19.
I don't know. Maybe this was something. Maybe he phoned downstairs.
I think it was the wrong
the answering
devil.
machine took it or something. Carrie did remind me of something though, and even though I don't see Shadow in chat currently, this is in honor of him, since we were talking about whoring ourselves out for clicks earlier.
$20 is $20, but I'm gonna need the money up front, big boy.
You're welcome, Shadow.
What did he think about that?
Oh, he hates it.
He didn't like the cactus one either.
I have not actually said this to him. I don't know if he'll watch this far into the stream or not. Actually, that one started to actually bother him to a point where it was getting to be an issue. So I have removed that one from the playlist.
Damn it.
That was genuinely upsetting to him, and I don't blame him for it. So I got rid of that one. But the Gremlin Hooker $20 is $20 thing that's still fair game.
Yeah. Shout out to Shadu.
I don't know where Shadow went. He probably had some homework to do or something.
Let's talk about the hinge.
Oh, he was on a date or something. I don't know. I think he had a girl.
Wait.
Might as well throw in Ryan's. I haven't done this one in a while either. He's not even here. It's funnier when he's here, but all right.
We got the best memesters on YouTube right here.
To borrow a line from somebody I actually don't like very much, Elijah Schaefer, we have the latest in 4K graphics and special effects. I don't even have a confetti button to make that joke work, but it used to be a thing he did on what was it, Slightly Offensive or something, whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah, I think that's what it was called.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't watched his shit in quite a while.
He's a tool.
He is. He did some really, really good on the ground journalism work. And that's what brought him to my attention. And then he stopped going on the ground because it started to be hazardous to his health, i.e. he got the shit kicked out of him a number of times publicly and on camera.
The Andy No situation.
Yeah, and it was going to get him killed. So he rightly decided that he was going to not put his own face, his recognizable face out there and put it in danger anymore on account of having a wife and kids.
Yeah.
Which I don't blame him for any of that. None of this stuff is why I dislike the guy. But over time, he just sort of morphed into this
douchebag.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah. I had the same journey.
Yeah. So, and a lot of it started for me. It started before when he started doing that show with Sydney Watson. And every time somebody else's religion came up, didn't matter what it was, he'd start be just bastard descriptions of things and just being a dick about it. And he said some very out of pocket things that were factually incorrect about a number of different faiths and beliefs and whatnot. And it got to be annoying. So I stopped listening so much. And then the Jack Murphy thing happened. And then I just kind of stopped following after that. And then Sydney's been losing her mind for the last fucking year too. So I sort of stopped following her.
Is she still on YouTube?
Yeah, she's got a joint show with the Quartering.
Okay.
The Publica. I don't even think they do that anymore, do they?
Yeah, I don't think they do the show. I think because she pretty much runs Republica. He's part owner of it, but she pretty much runs it. So
yeah, I don't know. I haven't followed any of that stuff. I just remember when they announced it, and right about that time, I was getting kind of sick of the Quartering too, because he had become pretty unstable at that point.
Yeah. I still listen to him for things that I haven't already heard 5 million times from people that I like who report it better. So I'll watch some of his obscure videos that I haven't already heard the news about, basically.
Yeah. So it is what it is. All of these guys used to do some really good, investigative work. And somewhere along the lines, they fell into the exact same trap that we had always accused the left of falling into. But on the other side, it's just like, oh, we're not going to present you with facts. We're going to present you with our opinions and call them facts.
Yeah.
That's because the whole monetization thing, they go with what's paying.
Mm-hmm.
Back when back when nobody made money on YouTube was the based spot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes and no. We are talking about Elijah Schaffer, but also, some others like Sidney Watson and the quartering and that sort of thing. Yeah.
And just
I stopped following all these guys.
The trad cons. I used to support them, but I don't anymore. Because I think they're being paid by the left to pretend to be against the left. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy, but I think that's what's happening.
I don't know. I think it's possible for both sides to be chock full of douchebags.
Yeah. I feel like both sides have people that take it to the extremes, and those extremes are just meeting on that side, whereas we're all over here.
Yeah, I'm starting to buy a little bit more into horseshoe theory. They run so far away from each other. So, like the shape of a horseshoe, right? You got one end is right, one end is the left, but they both go around so far that they essentially become each other.
Yeah. So that's it. Yeah. So basically,
or two wings of the same bird. That's another analogy.
Yeah, but it's like the wings like come out and they touch tips, as you would if you were in a rest stop somewhere with Devil. And and anyway, and at that point, where does one begin and the other end? Right? They're essentially the same thing. They're just approaching at it from different angles. It's the same problem I got with like MGTOW and fourth wave feminism. It's the same shit.
Yeah.
Different approaches to the same end result, which is a dissolution of homes.
Yes.
Really.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I hate that whole thing. Yeah. I'm with you.
Mm-hmm. So I will say this. If you're talking about the public pundit talking heads like the big names and shit, I think that there are probably some of them that absolutely do, but I don't know that I would paint the entire right with that brush. I'm on the right. I don't hate women.
Yeah, I'm on the right, and I don't hate most women.
You don't want to ask me that question.
Yeah, Gal, on the other hand, is on the right and really hates women.
Really?
So
anti.
Not all. Most.
Yeah. So it's just that same kind of shit. So I stopped following those guys. For every once in a while, somebody will like quote tweet Elijah Schaffer into my feed, and I'm like, guys, what are you fucking doing? I was like, this guy never says anything that isn't designed to stir up engagement. The same thing when they quote tweet Tim Pool. If you watch Tim Pool's feed on Twitter, all of it is about trolling people. All of it. He doesn't say a goddamn thing that means anything.
Yep. It's annoying as fuck.
Yeah. So please, if you're out there and I follow you, please stop quote tweeting these people at me.
Although
I don't care what they're
follow Elijah. I don't know why I still do.
I used to. I stopped a while back after
because you like to watch a train crash. That's why.
Yeah, sometimes I feel like it is that.
Yeah.
Right about the time the lawsuits started happening, I was just like, I don't need to have any part of this.
That's kind of when I pulled back from Sydney too.
There's a lot of people that in our sphere that turns out they're just phony. And I agree.
So
Elijah, I when the Jack Murphy thing happened, I was really disappointed. Not so much that it's because it's his co-host. Fine, okay, you don't want to, cause issues but supposedly she was a really good friend. She spent all this time at his house and shit. I'm sorry, if I have a friend who's a girl and somebody said "fuck you" heartfelt, I'd be like, watch your mouth, you piece of shit.
Yeah, like whoa. That was uncalled for. Something. Yeah. Not. I'll take you out for dinner and we'll talk about it without her there.
Yeah. It's.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's just, and we're starting to see that kind of fracturing in smaller spheres as well. I'm not going into it. There's some stuff going on right now. I know Gal knows what I'm talking about. And I'm not getting involved in all that shit, but nobody's immune to that kind of thing. It's like, this is when you build your whole brand on an alliance of sorts, then
it'll
it's
eventually
prone
fall.
to falling apart, because the problem with alliances is that they're temporary. They're always temporary. They're like, as long as our goals align, we're on the same path. But the second that mine differ from yours, or it's more profitable for me to go this way or you to go that way, then we're going to end up splitting apart. And usually it comes out ugly.
Well, Ricada used to talk about this. I'm sure he probably still does, but I don't still watch him. Where he hates pretty much all communities formed groups because they eventually fall apart. Like, Fellowship has gone strong, but that's not necessarily the same type of group. Like, LawTube became an official name and he hated it, and then you saw what happened with it if you followed like the main LawTuber people. I think
I haven't followed those guys since Fair and Balanced showed her gooch to the world.
I didn't know she did. I'm sure I stopped following them before that.
It was on one of Ricada's streams, and she was drunk and she fell over and she happened to be wearing very short shorts.
Gotcha.
But she does not remember doing it, and she's seen clips after, and honestly, they got shared around, and it was kind of fucked up what happened to her. But ever since then, I was like, yeah, this is silly. I'm done.
Yeah, I stopped watching probably before that, just because like the drama with Legal Bites and all that. I was never a big fan of hers anyway, so it was perfectly fine taking the leave of that. But
you probably didn't know that happened because they did their best to scrub that shit from the internet. I happened to catch it live,
which is decent of them.
Yeah, it is. But she came out swinging at everybody and their dog too, whether or not they had anything to do with actually showing that to people. And she burned a lot of bridges over that shit.
Well, I'll keep my opinion to myself while on the internet.
I see what
is
you
that
did
not what we're here for? To give our opinion on the internet?
For this particular one, no. Ain't getting that shit out of me.
I don't necessarily think that Fair and Balanced is the most fair and balanced individual. See what I did there? Same thing. But like the circumstances surrounding that particular mini scandal was kind of fucked up, and and she didn't necessarily deserve that, but
I'm not saying she deserves
kind of lost it after that. And then and that was, I don't even think that was the inciting incident for the downfall of what was called LawTube. I think there was just a bunch of fucking infighting.
That's exactly what it was.
I don't even know who this Fair and Balanced is.
She would go on records.
Yeah,
she was like the cheerleader one, right? Used to be cheerleader. No, that's
no.
Was that her?
I think so, but I think she was cheerleader, but
was she blonde?
I don't remember if that's how she got into law school or what.
I think the cheerleader was actually the reporter chick.
Yeah,
I don't know. They looked similar, I'm pretty sure. Whatever.
There is entirely too much of this shit of lore for these disparate groups that keep forming and falling apart and reforming. Like, I cannot keep track of all of this stuff.
I know. Yeah.
Like, it's not physically possible for me to watch everything.
Yeah.
So,
at first it was just ABC, NBC, and CBS. Now you got all these options. You got the internet.
Yeah.
You got all these cable channels.
Fuck,
well, once we got the internet,
channel. This channel is my channel. It's me, my channel. It's us. Like, we are one option among millions.
Yep.
We're the best option amongst millions.
I mean, I like to think so, but YouTube disagrees.
YouTube's a bunch of bitches.
This is a channel of truth.
I try to be, yeah. So it is what it is. But yeah, I think it's better to have friends than it is to have allies, and therefore I'm not necessarily aligning myself with any named groups.
Yeah.
Yeah, allies disappear once the war is over.
Yep.
Friends are there, for, during war and peace.
Yep.
Oh, Celine, you did not bring up that woman.
I don't. Like
Brett Cooper.
No.
I mean, I don't hate her.
No, that woman is Ben Shapiro in a dress.
Yes.
I'll admit, Ben Shapiro looks pretty good in a dress, but
what other
no, I don't have a problem with Brett Cooper.
What other woman?
Oh no, not
No,
her.
see, hold up, wait a minute. Pearl is my girl. All right,
She can remain your girl.
Easy. Pearl is my girl.
I don't like her.
You don't like her, but I like her.
I think she's a fucking liar.
Yep.
About what?
She spews a bunch
Everything.
of nonsense.
I don't think she believes a goddamn word she's saying. I think she saw a niche and she capitalized on it.
What's wrong with seeing a niche and capitalizing on it?
Nothing, but she's got all these young men believing every word she says like she's the gospel.
That's the young men's fault, not
her
hers.
talking about how like the women and how if you're above 30.
Now I don't agree with that because I date older women, so I don't
Like,
agree with that. Over 35
entire
and you're not
spiel.
pretty
Yeah.
anymore. Fuck that. No.
If my brother was dating a 30-year-old, I'd blah blah blah. Like, bitch.
But
I mean, look,
that's her trolling. That's
I'm
her
40
Twitter. She trolls on Twitter.
Mm-mm.
She's a bit of a cunt on Twitter.
Yeah, on Twitter.
Her videos. Nah.
And here's the thing.
I'm gonna get y'all to like
43 years
Pearl
old.
before this year.
No,
is
you're
up.
not. No, you're not.
Happening.
I'm getting y'all to like Pearl before this.
No, I don't like any of that kind of manosphere, like talking point stuff any more than I like the feminist let's kill all men shit.
Yep.
You said that they have the same. They want the same end result.
Yes.
That I agree with, which is no
See,
families,
Celine
no
corrected
kids.
me. She said over 25.
Yeah, I thought she said 35.
Yo,
Yeah,
bitch.
She's gonna be 25 in like next year.
Well, and that's what people were pointing out. Like, she looks like she's in her 30s, and she's talking.
She looks like a lumberjack in her
Yes.
30s.
Easy,
Yes.
Sam. Easy.
Easy what? I agree with him.
That woman has
That's
prouder
my
shoulders
girl.
than me.
That's my girl. I like her.
We're gonna change your opinion before the end of the year.
No, here's the thing. She wants to do whatever she wants to do. That's fine. I don't have to listen to her.
Yeah.
I don't appreciate what she's saying. I don't think that she means anything that she says. I get the I'm selling a character thing, but she's not presenting it as selling a character any more than Matt Walsh is presenting that he's selling a character. But there are times when I think he's just saying shit because it fucking gets views and he doesn't actually believe what he's saying.
Yeah.
And in his position, especially with the claims to integrity that not only he but the Daily Wire espouses, if they aren't actually believing what they're fucking saying, then there's no integrity there.
Yep.
And I can't get with that. And I don't believe that Pearl has integrity. I'm not into that. Also, she does look a bit like my uncle. So
I can't do it. I can't do it.
But yeah, it's as far as this, like, you gotta get with like a nascent, like 19-year-old to 21-year-old girl to start a family. It's like, fuck, I'm
All
43
she's saying-
years
all-
old. My
Sam-
oldest kid is older than that. My dating pool is not in that.
All
that
she's
range.
saying
I don't have
is-
anything in common with those bitches.
Sam,
Well, if you don't
all
quit
she's saying is don't put it off. Get right to it. Start your family early. That's all she's saying. She's just saying
That
it
is
in a
not all she's
triggering
saying.
way. That's all. I'm
And
gonna win
she's
y'all over.
demeaning
Just say it
those
in
who
the. Why
didn't.
can't she just say, hey, don't wait, don't put it off? Why can't she put it in those terms?
Because that
Because that
doesn't get
accomplishes the same thing.
retweeted. doesn't get
piss people
retweeted.
off because it's not fucked up.
But
Yeah,
that's the name of the game.
That's how some of these creators are. They do have opinions that float around that, but then they start to say more extreme things and more crazy things just because it gets the clicks. So maybe she does believe a little bit, but she definitely says shit just to cause fires,
Mhm.
I mean, what's gonna get more views? 2 + 2 is 4, or 2 + 2 is motherfucking 4. The second one's gonna get more views and more retweets because it's got emotion in it. It's designed
Look, man,
to trigger you. Like,
I
why does
put
he have to
her-
use that MF word?
I put her in that same category that I put that whatever podcast shit that I put
Yep.
Fresh and Fit in. It's garbage fucking TV.
Yes.
Yeah,
But
It's the internet version of reality TV
It's
that is
look.
awful.
Hey,
Jersey
a lot of
Shore
people
of
loved
YouTube.
Jerry Springer back in the day too, but let's not have any illusions
Well,
about what
when it
kind
comes
of
to
TV
Fresh
that
and
was.
Fit, I do like when they do their one-on-ones. I don't like it when all the girls are there because I don't like that show. But their one-on-ones are great. When they bring one guest in and they just talk to that one guest, those episodes I like.
I didn't even know they did those.
See, because
Celine
all y'all
brings
talk about,
up-
everybody talks about is the girls.
Yeah. Celine brings up a point here. Outside of sex, I wouldn't know what to talk with a man significantly older than me for a romantic relationship. See, I'm right there with you. I tried a few years ago when I was in my late 30s. I was seeing a girl who was about 24 years old. I really liked her. There was a lot to recommend this girl about, aside from the fact that she was hot and had an ass like a peach that you just wanted to eat.
Wow.
But
That went left.
she was a lot of fun in that regard too. But she was smart and she was funny and she had all this stuff going for her. Very pretty girl. Problem is our life experiences were about 15 fucking years apart, and we had nothing in common outside of that sex. So like we did run out of things to talk about. And at a certain point, if you can't spend time with that person outside of sex, then what are you doing?
Yeah, I
What's the
100%
point?
agree with that.
So and
like we just didn't have anything in common. Like I would make a reference to something that she wouldn't understand because she wasn't fucking alive she wasn't there.
So
She'd
my-
start
my
talking
one-
about like go ahead, go.
Sorry. My one issue with that is never mind. It doesn't necessarily like words are hard. I don't agree
English
that
is
it's
kicking
the
your
age
ass.
thing.
Fight back.
It's just that you didn't have similar interests. I'm not saying age is just a number here, but first of all, define significantly older. I've had very meaningful conversations with guys that are 20 plus years older than me that are not about sex. So I feel like it just depends on the person.
Look, I'm not disagreeing with that. I had very
why I
meaningful
stopped.
conversation with her too. How do you think I ended up in bed with her?
Well, that's exactly. I agree
But
with
the topics run out sooner or later.
Well, I agree with that. You need to have stuff in common with people, but I also agree with Gal that their age is not a thing because I've had, it's what you have in common together. I've had 20-year-olds who I've talked to, and they're as big a nerds as me, and they like the stuff that I like that I could talk to for hours and hours and hours. And then there are people who closer to my age who, if I mention something about Lord of the Rings, would be like, huh? So it's
never fails.
It's more the person.
How about that
age.
Lou? How about that Lou timing?
But I do agree you have to have stuff in common.
I'm sorry
Yeah,
about that.
I agree, Devil.
My bad.
I also agree, Clue. Like Lucy, how much of that did you hear before?
She always shows up
Yep.
in the middle of fuckery.
Eating the peach ass or something, I think, is when she came in.
Probably it. I mean, that reaction sure seems like it was. Yeah.
Look, the girl had the nicest ass. Anyway,
I
was
don't
a
know.
hooker.
It just depends on the person. It's like the anecdotal thing, honestly. Like you didn't have enough in common with her to make the age not an issue.
Age
it
is a thing because
Because
it's
how
been
old
older
are y'all?
women. It's been
Y'all
older
are
women
10
for
plus
me.
years older than me. I know
Yeah.
10 isn't significant. Like it
And I
could
have
be
plenty.
seen as that.
I get along with Gal Gray, and
Yeah.
so I mean,
But Devil, you're like a million years older than everybody.
exactly.
You're an
See,
old
there's this
dude.
massive gap, and yet somehow we still ended up together. It's crazy.
But there's
I
just
mean,
things like you can talk about movies and entertainment. I watch movies like I was not born in the 50s. I love
I will give
movies
you
from then.
I will give you that. There were some
I love
things that
music
we didn't
from
have in
the
common because
60s
we
and
simply led
70s.
different kinds of lives. You know,
Yeah.
like she was not a movie person.
Yeah. Oof.
You know, she'd seen movies, but it wasn't like something that she ever went out of her way to do unless it was like a group activity or some shit. And she certainly didn't retain the information like I do. You know, I have a better memory for who was in a movie or certain lines in a movie than I do for people I actually fucking know face to face. You know?
Well, and that's why I feel like it just depends on the person because like as just your friend, like you retain information better than I do, but we can hold a conversation over it because the information that you retain is fascinating to me and I'll be able to retain it better. Like I do the same thing with my brother. His brain capacity is so much bigger than mine. I think it's probably because y'all are dudes. I don't know. Maybe not. But like to use sports as an example, not that I don't know if any of y'all care, but they're all in these seasons and my brain capacity is I can handle probably 2 sports that are in similar seasons. So like hockey and football go on together. Well, so does basketball, but I kind of hate basketball right now. But the main meat of football is going on right now. Hockey continues further into like June. So I can retain both of those, but like once the season is done with football, there's changes and stuff that take place that I'm just like I can't remember. I'll pick it back up. He remembers friggin' 24/7, 365, all of the things. That's like, and so the relationships that I have is I'll have those conversations because I know that my capacity is different than y'all's. And I just sit there and listen or we talk about it. And then I can remember things. I don't know. I'm blabbering and I hate talking too much.
Right.
You're not.
You're not. And I think there's something to be said for that. One of the, like, obviously my marriage did not last. We did not work out in the end. But one of the things that we were really good together in, because now my ex-wife and I are about 5 years apart as well. But for the most part, there is
Younger?
a.
She's younger?
No, she's older than me.
Older. Yeah, older women rock. Anyway, go ahead.
Well, there's a kind of a shared cultural experience if you're closer in age, right? We went through all the same things. We remember things in a similar way because we came up in a similar time, kind of thing. Whereas, like the other girl who was fairly younger than I am, wasn't even alive at those points, and so she did not go through those shared experiences. And the things that she was part of or that happened during her life that I also remember, we remember from completely different perspectives because we just didn't share that kind of age perspective. She also got really pissy at me when I said I forget sometimes how young you are. She's like, "Are you discounting all my experiences?" I was like, "No, I just said they were different and lesser." Anyway, we didn't last either.
We didn't last either. Larry in the building. Also in the Tower of Solace in Texas.
Well, and even the difference. So y'all probably remember the 90s way different than I remember the 90s because I was a kid. So I understand that. It's a different perspective completely. But
were you born in 1990?
No, I am an 80s baby for 4 months.
Barely.
Well, yeah, I claim 70s, even though I was born in December 1979. Hey.
Nice.
Yeah. So right at the tip end.
But that's why I equate it more to the person, not the age. Like I'm sitting here having all these conversations with y'all, and obviously you're not discounting any of it. Like, I wouldn't give a shit if you did, but that's just because it's the type of person that I am.
I'm sorry.
Did you drop
something? She said I didn't care. She didn't care if I discounted.
Fucking little bitch.
That was such a Ryan move.
It really was.
Oh, I figure I should
Oh,
probably
shit.
pull something to let him know that we're still thinking of him, in the shitter with a bucket.
And his Rexy
Bucket
and
shitter.
tranny
Yeah.
hooker shit.
Gross.
Extremely.
So yeah, I'm coming up on 3 hours here though. I think it's been pretty good. I know that some of you guys have other podcasts to get to soon too.
And dinner.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you want to eat or
You eat food?
do your petty little human things.
You eat dinner too. You eat McDonald's. You
Gods
freaking
don't have to eat.
Yeah, but I
monster.
don't have to do it. I eat it because I like it.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
It is.
So, and all that, but yeah, this has been a pretty good conversation. I think we have 9 people watching over on Rumble. Appreciate you guys for sticking with us. Yeah, good times. Luke Astley, I appreciate you coming in, dropping in, even if you did drop in at a point where I was saying dirty
Talking
things
about-
about a girl I used to see. Sorry.
She has a great channel, by the way.
I don't know how she does that. How
Every
Lou, I
time.
don't know how you always manage to come in at the most awkward moment where I'm saying something totally degenerate. Every
Maybe
time.
it's just we talk about degenerate shit a little too frequently.
Not always.
Maybe he
though.
talks
There's been
about
times-
degenerate shit to get Luke Casey in here.
It summons her.
Like Candyman.
I don't think there's been a single one of these where she hasn't come in at a degenerate time since
Yeah.
I've been on.
That's probably true. I don't know.
It's
Maybe it
every
is me.
single time.
I refuse to think that though. No, but yeah, no, this has been good. I think we've had a pretty good conversation overall.
That never happens.
Yeah, learned some things about a new place in Europe. I'm gonna go look up because I don't know anything about it. So
Moldova.
that's always
Always
good.
good to learn new shit.
What?
I said it's always good to learn new shit.
Oh, okay. I thought you said something about Ryan taking one.
Wait, did you just pop in the chat? Is that, oh.
No, I was like, just kind of expecting it is all. But yeah, this has been good. It's been good fun. So we can go around the horn, let people know where to find you. By the way, chat, both on Rumble and on YouTube, in the description below, you will find the YouTube links for everybody you see on the panel, as well as Nomi, who was here earlier.
Appreciate that.
So, yeah. Clue, where can people find you? What you got coming up?
You can find me on Twix, Elon's Twitter, at Clue Channel, here on YouTube, and I will be tomorrow, Star Trek Engaged. That's pretty much it. Oh, and occasionally, if I can make it, Abyssal Musings and Friday Night Royal Rumble.
All right. Devil, how's your schedule? Are you drowning in it yet?
Yeah, pretty much.
Pandemics.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
I'm Devil Made Me Do It. Check out Engage tomorrow, and check out Get Ranked. We're doing horror ghost movies for the list, and then the next week after that, I believe we're probably doing Serial.
You sounded so enthused with that.
Serial.
Well, no, it's not about enthusiasm. It's if I ever decide,
It never
always
was you.
it's always a last minute thing. I'm always like, do I want to do that one or do I want to do this one? I also have 80s cartoons coming up a list.
So you're
and
a
then,
woman. Indecisive. I love you.
What are you negging him?
You can't troll the devil.
She likes to hurt me. And then after that, we also have military movies coming up. So there's a bunch of lists coming up, but check it out. Thanks for having me.
Speaking of Serial,
So I'm watching One Piece, and I can't help but notice how much resemblance Silver Fox Foxy has to Count Chocula.
I can't remember who that is.
Which one?
Silver Foxy Fox slow beam. That guy.
Where are you at?
I just entered Water 7.
He's that guy who runs the pirates. When Luffy puts on the fro, he puts on the fro and he thinks he gives him powers.
So funky. Yeah, they have those like pirate games to see who can steal people from their opposing crew.
I think
There's
you
a bunch
just
of filler.
threw me off with the comparison to Count Chocula. If it was filler, I also skipped it. So,
hey, bad brother.
I vaguely remember this dude.
Yeah, dude
How
looks
does he
like
look
Count Chocula.
Count Chocula to you? Am I misremembering?
Look at Count Chocula. He's got the same fucking hair.
That's it? Just the hair?
And the shape of the face and all that. Yeah.
Then I think you're crazy.
I think you need to look again. But where can people find you on the internet, Gal?
YouTube, Rumble, Twitter, Instagram, green-haired anti-liberal. That's me. I'll be uploading video soon. And tomorrow I'm on Horny Alf's channel. I skipped one tonight. Oops. So tomorrow, 10 p.m. Mountain Time, we'll be doing a ladies' night gaming stream playing Party Animals. It'll be fun. But tonight, 8 p.m., Vets Talkin' channel, Skinamax Saturday. That's
Awesome.
me. Thanks for
Well, it's
having
late.
me. Well,
Coming in the last minute. You got stuff you want to plug? Larry,
What?
are you alive?
Nope.
Are you?
I mean,
well,
sometimes.
is he?
Mostly.
Like, is he actually alive?
Well, define alive, yeah.
Do you have anything you want to plug, buddy?
Well, he's not brain dead, so I guess he's alive. You can catch me every Friday on this channel with the Abyssal Musings with Sam and Nomi. You can also catch me on Vets Talking on Skinamax. You can catch me in the chat moderating on the world famous Exile Lioness 2 channel. You can also catch me when I decide to stalk and drop in on the cast of Star Trek Engage. The hell do you want?
You can also cash them outside.
What you
How
say?
about that? You can also cash them outside. How about that?
Oh, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that when I fight.
He's been itching.
You don't
Yeah,
want to do that.
Larry's getting up there in age along with the rest of us, and like at our age, like the younger people, you don't want to pick fights with us. We don't have the energy to waste.
Yeah, they're crotchety
Just
old
take you out.
fools.
Yeah. There's
Take
no
more than me to keep them
ripping
in
the shirt
line.
off and proving our manhood. There's quick ways. There's things on four wheels. There's things that produce projectiles. There's also aimed fist attacks to your throat or your
Rubber band
eyes.
of doom.
Yeah, something that's going to drop you quick so we can just walk away and keep what energy we have left.
Yeah. And for those who are new to the channel, we've had a few new people in chat today. I am Samuel the Infamous. This is my channel. We do live streams throughout the week. Abyssal Musings on Fridays with Lawrence Knight and No Me Without You. This is Screaming into the Void, which we do every Saturday afternoon. And we also do Star Trek Engage on Sundays, which is tomorrow. And we usually have a guest for that, so it should be good time, good fun. That one's a bit more of a joint stream. We restream that to multiple channels and locations around the internet. So, but you can find it here as well.
Projectiles. Kerry, what do you?
I don't know. I don't care. It's if it's important, just send me an email later. Anyway. You can also find both Lawrence and I, as he stated, over on Exile Lioness 2, probably later on this evening, and at dates future.
So we are. Wait, I'm trying to do my outro here. What are you doing?
Distracting.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, annoying. Anyway, thank you all for coming. We do appreciate each and every one of you. To the 13 watching on Rumble, to the 8 over on YouTube, and to the 2 or so who are over on Twitter right now. Thank you all for being here. Thank you to each of my co-panelists, including the one who keeps pushing buttons like a hyperactive child. Have a great night, and remember, it could always be worse. It could be raining flaming cobras. Bye-bye. Maybe.
Okay, somebody.
Well, I say every day it's a getting closer to taking a bath with my fucking toaster.